Thank you so much.
I hope you enjoy it.
Hi everyone. Sorry, somebody just came up to my desk. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. This is Matt, ESC United, and this is of course a busy day as you can see because we're in the middle of dialogue. But I just got a free book, so from someone from the author of this.
Ooh.
So I am super duper excited. So I had to at least give them my thanks here. There's a lot of cool pictures, like rare pictures that you usually cannot find, and he promised me that he would give it to me on this last day. So I am stoked.
Cool.
It's a German book though. It's called
Ah,
Die ganze Welt des Song Contest, the whole world of the song contest. So if you speak
sure.
German, you should get it because I'll be reading that thing shortly. But anyway,
And mute. Okay.
yes, no, sorry, I had to just share something real quick. Welcome to this live stream, and this is a big day, the grand final. All 26 songs that are still in the running will rehearse for the first time. Well, not for the first time, but as a whole, grand final setup will be the first grand final dress rehearsal. And of course, I don't have to do this alone once again. I've got Sean here. You ready for this?
Oh yes, yeah. It's a little bit earlier than I was expecting, maybe, but we're ready. We've got some caffeine and we're good to go.
Yeah, because this show is basically almost twice as long. And well, not they're trying to get it a fairly quick show in. The Dutch were like they want to drag it out, which takes me to my Dutch mate here, Roy. How you feeling after like another night of well, you don't get stressed, but excitement, I guess, of the qualifiers. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm very ready for this. I really like the running order on, except for like two little spots. So I'm really curious to see the show like fully fall together, so that the questions that I have for those
Mm.
two like spots will be answered. How it will flow, and yes, I'm super excited because we're getting a winner tomorrow, and like, ooh.
I know, but then it's all over again. Man.
Crazy.
I know you can win, right? I mean, it's like you excited and then you're sad. So we need monthly Eurovisions. Ross Barber, well, let's do it quarterly, maybe quarterly. Ross Barber Smith, first of all, thank you for your super chat saying big thanks for all of your coverage this year. Loved every minute of it. Well, we're very happy that you did, but it's not over yet. So don't talk in past tense just yet. It makes me really sad. I also want to thank Sonia, who sent us support through PayPal and saying thank you for the great coverage this year. I had some great time. I'm very excited for tomorrow. Greetings from Germany. So once again, thank you for the support. We are all very excited, of course. And if you want to support us, of course, for Super Chat is one way. You can also become a member here on YouTube to support ESC United. Or you can also use the PayPal if you want to do that. That is up to you, whatever works best for you. So just real quick, this is the first dress rehearsal, and that means it's open to the press. We can go in there and watch it. Melanie will be in the arena taking pictures, little clips here and there, and we'll post them on our social media. So make sure you're on Twitter, ESC United, or Instagram to stay on top of it. And today, I will go in there for just a few minutes. I have not seen the arena at all yet. So Sean and Roy will handle this for a short while. Not like I'm not going on for too long. And I know they're going to do a fabulous job.
It feels
Um,
like when you give the intern like the keys to like a really big cruise ship and you're like, okay, just don't press anything. I'm gonna go for
yeah,
about 10 minutes. Just don't crash it. And
don't
you're like,
crash
oh,
it.
okay, all right,
And
no
you see,
pressure.
Mm.
no, and it's even not about that. It's less about them doing it. It's just me about in case there are technical glitches. So I will bring my iPad with me just in case. Um, and that it brings one thing because I was going to use the sound on it. Sean, would you be able to have your sound up for the while I'm gone, or that wouldn't work, right? You've done it before.
I haven't got a microphone other than this, so I don't know if
Oh,
it'll
okay.
work.
Well, that was some. That was probably Connor who did it then.
Connor did that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I have to try to think how we're gonna. I may just have to leave my microphone on here. I guess. I just didn't
Yeah.
think of that. Like the sound won't be there. Um, yeah, because my iPad has
Just
better.
leave yours. I think leave you running and it'll be fine.
Yeah, the thing is just the sound on my iPad's a little better, but maybe I can use my phone. Um, you know, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we'll figure it out. But in the meantime, we're here a few minutes early just to answer some questions. But before we delve into it, let's talk just real quick about the running order. Not in all detail. I'm sure everyone has seen it already, anyways. I just realized I'm totally not centered. Nobody says anything. Um, so We know Cyprus it will open it. San Marino will close the show. Sean, give me one or two surprises or just thoughts about the running order.
Um, I mean, I'm surprised they went with San Marino last, to be honest with you, because I thought they'd want to sort of pepper it in somewhere in the show that, oh yeah, Flow Rider's here. Because I feel like by the time it gets to the end of the show, a lot of the people who are casually watching um, get a little bit bored of the songs, maybe. You know, if they're not like specifically a Eurovision fan, but they like the show. I don't know if they'll run out of steam a little bit by the end. But maybe that's what they want. Maybe it's a bit of an adrenaline boost at the end of the show. Um, I think Cyprus is a really good opener. I feel really sorry for Albania, sort of being thrown under the bus for another year running, to be honest. I guess it's just an easy kind of song to put there, and maybe the broadcaster's one that's pretty easy going about just being in the final. But I don't think it's very fair, really. Other than that, there's nothing that really sort of stands out to me. I mean, there's a recap that was uploaded last night on the Eurovision channel.
Mm-hmm.
If you've not listened to that yet, it's basically all of the songs in running order, and it does flow quite well. Particularly towards the end of the show, it gets really sort of, you know, heavy hitter after heavy hitter. So it's going to be an
Yes,
interesting one.
for sure. Roy, any observation on your end?
Yeah, Albania is kind of a bit unfortunate, I guess. I haven't seen the recap myself yet, but the things that stood out to me the most is UK in front of Greece. Like they both have big props to be moved on stage. So like, would there be a break in between, or what will they do
Probably.
with that? Like, and like it took longer to put the props up for UK than to take them away. So
Mm,
that's like a question I still have, but that will be answered shortly. And the little section of Spain, Moldova, Germany is a bit like I don't know how to feel about that. Like it's a bit. I maybe would have replaced Moldova and put it a little bit later and like the different, but all of them will make sense in the end. I
yeah.
think overall, I think this is a very good running order and it will flow very nicely. I think if I look at it like this.
Yeah. See, I was
Just,
not
just,
quite
just
as impressed.
something you, sorry, just something you pointed out there that I've just remembered is that like they put Germany and then Finland, and it's just like the biggest musical whiplash you could possibly have.
Yes.
With Germany going on about "Don't wave your middle finger at me," and then Finland are like, "No, I'm going to do it anyway."
I do
So
it anyway.
that's quite an interesting one,
That is
interesting
true.
choice from the
Yeah.
producers.
I don't think that people get tired statistically at looking at the data. Going last is usually a big advantage because, again, some people don't tune in from the beginning. So I think it's going to only work in San Marino's favor. Songs that go last tend to do better in the televote. So for San Marino, this is a great scenario here. And yes, people may wait for Florida, but that's like the big moment for a lot of people, which I don't necessarily think it should be, but it is. Yeah, the running order was very confusing to me personally. I'm not sure if I completely agree with it for multiple reasons. Again, Albania second spot for the second time in a row, putting Russia in fifth for the second time in a row, and putting Malta, one of the favorites, in sixth. You know, it's this is the problem with the producer driven running order because it seems even if they were as genuine and objective as possible, the optics, the perception, and all of that it makes it awkward to me. And I'm like, why would you put Malta in six, and then put others,
Where else would you put it
that,
though?
huh? Well, 10th through 13th, giving it
But we
because they
already
use.
have like the big hitters, like other big hitters there. So
Well,
like,
that's Malta. Malta is one of the big hitters. It's bigger than tech. If you look at the betting odds, they're higher up. And even if you
yeah,
don't want to put them in six, you would put them at least like a little later, 8, 9, or something like that, and keep them. And it just seems putting one of the biggest songs that was number two in the betting odds at that point this low, and now Malta is dropping so much in the betting odds just for that reason.
hmm.
And
Well,
that is
this
just
is always going to be the problem with the producer-driven
yes,
running order because you're always going to have, well, why is X in sixth? Why is Y in 10th? Why don't they put
yes.
them there? No, because then they'll get pushed there, and it's just like the only fair way to do it is draw the host country, and then obviously just the rest of it just has to be up to chance, really.
Yeah, or at the bare minimum, do them in like quarters or like a group of fives or something like that. Something a little more where they can have a little bit more restrictions. So you can say, okay, at least they're within that, window. That would
Yeah.
make a little bit more sense to me. But yeah, I understand why people would be upset about this. And again, it could be just perception, optics. but it is the
Yeah,
reality.
I actually think Malta has a really good spot. Like after Russia and before Portugal, like that is perfect for them.
But again, it comes down to songs from like 1 to 7 statistically have done really bad in the running orders. Oh, at least certain
Mm.
there was, even if you win, like it seems that numbers are lower on average than what it was in other groups before. So it may be a good running order for that perspective. But if you're early in the running order, it is a it's statistic. I'm not just talking about opinion. It is statistically. We're not just talking about feelings. We're talking about reality. That hurts on average. So that's what I'm talking about. Yes, at a certain point, it may not matter as much, but especially the first 7 to 8, that is definitely not where you want to be. Um, so we have only 1 minute actually left before the show starts, so we're gonna delve right into it. And I'm sorry, somebody going to say something? I do like, no,
No.
okay, okay. How do you feel Tutsi performing after Maneskin? Producers weren't biased this time when it comes to Sweden, actually. Um, Well, this is another thing. Again, that's your opinion because I had a lot of people say online, saying, "Well, look at that. We have now a Swedish executive supervisor, and now Sweden is almost at the end." Probably just again perception, probably not reality. That was not the case. I don't think that was happened, but it's perception, and perception becomes reality at times. And but that's why we always advocate for the less producer deciding running order. It's just and I'm surprised not more broadcaster complain about that, but maybe one day.
The one thing I'd say about Sweden is that they've been thrown between two really heavy-hitting televote winners.
Mm-hmm.
Italy's obviously a very strong performance, and San Marino is going to sort of really take the televote, I think, quite strongly.
Mm-hmm.
So you could say, yes, Sweden's been put quite far last in the running order. But then the flip side of that is, have they been sort of thrown under the bus between two really strong performances so that people kind of, it diminishes sort of Sweden's impact? I think
Yeah,
there's two ways to look at it.
it is. That's one thing. Perception is, and but it's never a bad thing going 25th. Second to last. I mean, it's good. It would be like 14th and 16th, 15th. Then we maybe a little bit. Boris, you're going to say something? Oh yes, thank you. So yeah, we actually are just about to have the actual live show starting. Um, so forgive me, they only let us in like at noon, and so I had like 30 minutes to set everything up. Um, what do you think about Lithuania being between Bulgaria and Ukraine? What do you think, Roy?
I think it's perfect. Like that flows perfectly into one another. You just have like Bulgaria, which is very slow, and like Lithuania starts off quite slow. Like you have to, okay, we have to, and then like it builds up and builds up and builds up to like a bit more of a fun dancey song. And then you have Ukraine after that, which is like a full-on rave song. So it makes so much sense. It's like very nicely flowing. So like I really like this running order.
Yeah. Um, Ireland performed it last in 2013 and ended up there. That is true, but 2013 was also a really weird year because in the televote he was like 18th or something or 19th. Like he was not even that badly. It's just the weird average system that they use that really made him go this far down. He wasn't even last in the jury vote either. So it was just a really messed up system that year. So I
Yeah.
think that's not a good UNSA to use as an example. It can happen. It happened before in 2009 as well. I think where the last two songs did really poorly. I'm not saying you are guaranteed a good spot, but it certainly won't hurt you. That would have done badly from any other position. Um, so, what do you, oops, what do you think about Greece being between the UK and Switzerland? What do you think, Sean?
I think it does seem likely that there's going to be a break between the UK and Greece because I can't see them getting the trumpets down and then setting up all the green screen straight away. And it looks like a good place to have a break in the 26 song final.
Yes.
But I think I think the UK has been sort of put in a bit of a bad position between two other up-tempo songs, which surprises me. But I guess that's all they could do with that draw. But I think Switzerland has impact where it is in the running order. I think especially listening to the recap of the songs in order, Switzerland does really stand out.
Yeah. That is probably true, and that's probably what they want.
Yeah.
I think there should be a break between after Lithuania. I can't believe that someone came up with the idea of putting Lithuania together with Ukraine. Do you agree? I personally don't necessarily see that an issue with having Lithuania and Ukraine go after one another. They're very different. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I just said like it flows very nicely. Like you build from a small point with Lithuania, you build up to a bit more hype, then you bring it slightly down and go full on with Ukraine. So it fits perfectly.
And you've got to remember, it's not just all about the songs, it's about the actual production value of the show. So Lithuania is a very low maintenance staging to get on and off. So they can't put all the props together because it's just not physically possible. They've got to break it up. And Lithuania has to go somewhere between two stage shows with big props, and Bulgaria and Ukraine fall into that category.
Yep.
Okay. So, by the way, in case you can hear, the show has started. We have another opening here on our end, and it's, of course, Duncan Lawrence in there on the boat, and he's in one of those houses that we're talking about. And then you just see people all over the continent, lights going to the sky, like little, and they see them all just traveling up to the sky, and I think they're all making their way to Ahoy, Rotterdam. That's my guess right now.
Yeah. He's not in the arena, obviously.
Yeah, he cannot be in the arena, obviously, because unfortunately he was diagnosed positive with COVID. But they all built a big sphere, like light ball, an orb, and the lights all travel then together to Ahoy, Rotterdam. And then the stage comes up. You see like the golden lights. Oh, that looks really cool, actually. Is that the stage? Yeah. Oh, this looks really cool. There's a little boy singing, I think. They don't have the volume up very much here right now.
We can adjust it ourselves.
I'm sure he's known, maybe in the Netherlands. Maybe you'll recognize him.
Oh, this is the young guy, right? No, he's not super known, but he's super young.
Yeah. Okay, so they're going to do this. Cyprus walking.
Gabriel.
The flag parade is starting. So Cyprus obviously walking in. In between, then there's Albania. They're just walking off through the center door, like really fast. There's Israel.
Oh, the flag parade.
Oh, it looks really cool. Like, it has like this huge, like the screen looks like it's a big tower kind of thing that come through. The Belgium, of course.
I think that's like augmented reality, isn't it?
Yeah, it must be augmented reality, but it looks really cool. And I was walking in. There was Russia walking in, and Malta. Portugal's wearing masks. Actually, they're the only ones that are wearing masks walking. Oh no, there's Serbia as well. Serbia's wearing masks. The others weren't. So the flags show up to the left and right of each artist. UK does not wear a mask. A lot of them don't. And most of them are not dressed up.
Flag parade.
Yeah, none of them are. Most of them are not really dressed up.
No, Malta didn't have her stage hair, I guess.
So the hosts are singing a little bit now.
The United Kingdom. Stefania just wearing casual wear.
Oh, Chantal singing now.
Yeah, all of them are probably kind of what they did in Vienna. But he was at least like pretending to sing, like he was like, yeah, yeah. Oh, and then when it's Iceland's turn, they showed a picture of them on screen.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't get why you'd use this song though.
You mean like the background music?
Well, it's just like, is it like banana armor or something? It's just strange.
Oh, Hendrik is walking with the middle finger up. I mean, like himself, but with the girl, and then one of her fingers down, and he lifts it up. So it's a peace sign, not the middle finger, actually.
Oh, they show the Iceland on the screen rather than obviously in the
exactly
arena. Some of these artists aren't even in like stage costume.
No, not makeup, no stage costumes.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, they have time, I guess. It is the first dress rehearsal after all.
Yeah.
Oh,
People asking, is Nikki singing? I didn't see Nikki singing at all.
No, she wasn't.
No, I don't think Nikki is a singer herself.
Yeah, I think the only thing we heard from Nikki is like introducing the art. It's like she was talking about, United Kingdom, Germany, blah blah blah. And then there's some pyros, and they're going to take a quick break again talking. So there comes Azerbaijan. Tix, even not in costume, still wearing his headband that says Tix though. So at least that he has on.
Yeah.
The Netherlands, we're almost done. Italy. Sweden. And of course, San Marino. Wait.
Azerbaijan, Norway.
San Marino San Marino wasn't there. Sanheed or Florida was like a stand-in for them. The only one. I wonder why that is.
Uh-oh.
Huh. Not freak out about it, but just wondering.
Freak out!
Check that the live mode is still in the output because no one is watching it currently.
Okay.
So something must have gone wrong.
Oh, how did the host get there that quickly? Jeez.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They must have they must just run.
Oh, they were in the green room earlier, and now they come through the screen. Like what? Magic.
I guess there's no audience on the floor to have to run through, so it's just
True,
easier
but
this year.
still, that's quite a walk. Like nearly a sprint.
Apparently your mic's too low, Roy.
Guys, I need you guys to take the lead here right now with the conversation. I'm doing something real quick.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't worry.
Well, there's nothing really much to report because they're just doing the spiel.
I must say, I think the beat or the song that played over the opening and the flag parade is kind of not the best.
And it's only the one song. If he's a DJ, surely he'd be mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah, and it's his moment to shine through. He's the young DJ, so
Yeah, it's who was it in 2018 in Lisbon? Was it Beat Bombers or whatever they were called? They were really
deleted the
good because
code,
they
that's
mixed it up and had Fado and all that
Yeah.
type of music in it. And it's just if you're a DJ, mix it up.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
It's a bit safe what he did, I guess.
Yeah. But most people watching probably won't care anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, true.
So now they're just running this through, obviously, the voting. All the countries have come up on screen. You've seen this a million times over in Eurovision, so we don't need to tell you exactly what's happening. But
Yeah.
they go through the app voting, etc., and then I'd imagine we're not far off from Cyprus opening the show.
Seeing it like this, I think the breakthrough between UK and Greece, and then between Lithuania and Ukraine. Because that would make sense with how the scoreboard was.
Yeah, but I don't think they always do it as clear cut as that.
Okay.
I feel like there'll be a gap between Spain and Moldova as well because of the moon.
Okay.
No. The moon, I don't know how quickly it deflates. But they're after Iceland, so that was covered with that, I guess, because Iceland is obviously not there. That's what I really liked about that. But I would assume that inflating it takes more time than deflating it.
Yeah. So 12 minutes in and we're at the first song. We're at Cyprus's postcard now.
Yep. You're weightlifting.
Yep.
So quick intro.
I mean, the song, you saw the performance. I don't know how much you need to hear about this, but, tonight is more important because this is a rehearsal. And a lot of people probably hold back. And there's already a delay. And Chantal was running into the green room that you can see it hi, everyone. Already a delay there. But that's a rehearsal. So we are good to go. Yes, you can see she was a little bit out of breath. She was like,
Mirror on the wall.
It must be tough going from the semi-finals to the final because obviously you've got when you do the first rehearsals, they're all in the semi-final order, whereas you get to the final and suddenly everything's got to change overnight.
yeah.
The order of the props going onto stage. So I
Just
can't
the whole
imagine
flow.
it's easy.
Yeah. And I must I mean, if I had to be a contestant, I would want to be in the first semi. Because, it must be so stressful, like immediately, boom.
Yeah.
Anyways, but here we go. Cyprus.
I wonder what they said to her. Were they like, "Oh, you've got to be the ad-libber if stuff goes wrong," and she's like, "Okay."
Well, she can handle it. She's very good at improvising in other TV shows in the Netherlands too. Like, she's naturally kind of good at improvising and being funny with that way.
Just like me. Shut up, Roy.
I'm saying nothing.
I'll refrain from commenting.
Thank you.
Anyway, Cyprus.
So as a reminder, this is really just a rehearsal. The very first one, just getting comfortable. Tonight is where it matters. 50% of the votes will be decided tonight. So I hope I will see you there.
Yeah, this rehearsal isn't really for the artists at all.
No, this is more.
This is more for like the production crew.
Yep.
What do you think about this as an opener?
I wouldn't have chosen it, but it's not the worst opener.
I think it kind of needs to like place between 4th to 7th in the semi-final because that's usually going that kind of gets there at the start.
I don't find this as like much of an opener. I find it more like it's a good refresher. Like when things like okay, get a little stale, let's bring in Cyprus and kick it up a notch. That's how I feel about this song. On paper, I still think the UK would have been the best opener, but I understand, as Sean pointed out about the props, made it probably a little bit more difficult to put them in first.
Yeah. I feel like every year we bring massive props just to make sure we don't go first.
Well, you
like,
didn't.
You can't put us first.
In 29, you didn't. But
29?
19, sorry. 2019.
No, but we were second half, I think.
Yeah.
So we knew that. Well, no,
we
didn't know that.
You didn't know that up front, no.
Yeah.
Karina's asking, do they all dress up for the rehearsal? Who wants? Do you want to answer that, Sean?
I feel like I think they all dress up because they still have to get the camera angles and make sure the lighting's right. But in that flag parade, there was a lot of them from about probably song 10 onwards. A lot of them weren't in their costumes yet because why would they need to be? They've got like half an hour.
Yeah.
At the very least to get ready. So.
And
but yeah, the first few were all already in costume.
And the last, a lot of them don't have their stage makeup on yet, which is also fine as well, even they perform, because, it's not really needed at this point.
Yeah.
So Cyprus.
Yeah, that was Cyprus.
Remember, like, they have an entire day until the jury show when they do need all the makeup on, so, like, it makes sense that they don't put it on right now, immediately.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Roy, you need to turn your microphone up if you can.
Or I need to speak more into it.
That would be helpful.
You have to put it down.
Okay, so I am gonna go. I cannot talk. I'm gonna head inside for a few minutes, if that is okay. I'll be back shortly, though. I will leave my. Let me actually change the setup here. I will keep myself on here. Yes, correct. So I'm gonna do like this.
Lovely.
It's going to see empty screen. All right, guys, I'll be back. I'm just going to be in there for a couple of songs because I want to at least experience it. All right, see you then.
Take your time.
Enjoy.
Time to talk, try.
So we're on. Yeah, so we're on. Oh, the mask's on. He's ready to go.
Oh, it's the Sean and Roy show. Let's go.
Hey, let's go. So Albania's just starting for us anyway. Obviously, we're going to be 30 seconds behind the audio you can hear, unfortunately, but that's just how it is.
In a way, I think Albania would have been a cool opener as well. Like you start with the boom, do, 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 do.
Yeah. It's a really strong opening, but I guess it's just not upbeat enough
Yeah, that
overall
makes
to
sense.
really like get people going.
Yeah.
I do feel sorry for them. I feel like they've been thrown under the bus here. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, although I can like imagine that they didn't have the best of results in the semi-final.
Yeah. But even so, the delegation should be like, why have you done this to us again? Surely, like, because it's sort of an unwritten rule that number 2 is not the place to start in the final.
I mean, somebody has to go there though.
Yeah. But then it
Like,
shouldn't
who
be the
would
same
you have
country
put
twice
there
in a
instead?
row. Yes, it's a strong performance, this.
Can they even hear the sound from Matt's microphone? I don't think so, right?
I can, so
yeah,
I'm
slightly.
guessing they can, yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Marina and the Little Devils is my icon. Says Albania and Cyprus will slay either way, and we all know it. Very true.
Yeah, I mean, everyone was slain in the grand final. Like, they all made it. And, like,
Tessa
it's a very
says Matt's
strong...
gone. Matt's gone. Time to bully him.
Yes.
We can trash talk about this because he won't watch this back until much later on, I'm sure. So
Would you watch this back, though?
I don't know. I feel like he'd keep an eye on us. I feel like he can probably. He's omnipresent, Matt. He can probably hear us.
Yeah.
Like no matter what's
Maybe
happening,
he's in the arena and on his iPad he has the live stream to see if we actually talk trash about him or not.
Got headphones on.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's an all-seeing ruler, Matt.
Else you
with
get
an iron
fired.
fist.
We don't want that.
Yeah. Lila Agrado. That's a good question. Which song can you not listen to anymore because you've listened to it too much from this year? Have you overplayed anything to death?
Maybe not overplayed, but with all the rehearsals, I think Cyprus is wearing a bit off for me. And I think also San Marino, I've seen it too often. And it's like the thing with San Marino is that the beat throughout is basically the same mostly. And like that is the genre that it is in, of course. But that's already something I'm not the biggest fan of. But if you hear that so many times in a lot of rehearsals and a lot of like run-throughs, I don't know, I just got a little bit bored about it.
I think the thing is, especially for like, well, for you as well, because you did the first week, obviously it's not as much of an impact on me this year, but I mean, how often do you hear these songs? Probably by the time they get to the final, about 15 times maybe on the stage. So you do sort of, they do wear off you a little bit. But I've not had that much of an effect this year, which is good.
Yeah,
So,
lucky you.
Yeah, still all quite fresh. So we're now moving on to Israel. Just seeing their postcard at the moment. Obviously, you can hear because they're ahead in Rotterdam.
Mm-hmm.
I think I tried to do a prediction for the running order, and I think I put Israel third. So that's one I've got spot on.
Want a pat on your shoulder?
Yeah.
Here, go on.
Thank you. I never thought Israel was going to go first, but I felt like third was like a really obvious option for them.
Yeah. Actually, fun fact, in the semi-finals, third is more of a death slot than second.
Ooh. Apart from this year when Russia qualified.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Two is a
statistically, I
death
think
slot in the semis this year, because Estonia and Slovenia both failed.
I think statistically, the spot that goes through the least is the second semi-final, spot 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, what happened there?
I don't know. Did you get it to work, or was that Matt?
I think Matt is on his iPad maybe then.
See, he's always watching. I told you this.
It's Big Brother.
Yeah.
Big Brother's watching. Ooh.
this stands out more now. Now it's not all like Croatia just ahead of it.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw the show, I actually thought it stood out more. I don't know. When I saw it, I was like, yeah, okay, this is gonna go through probably. And then it did.
Isabel Azevedo says, what do you think of the fact that Effendi and Tix perform next to each other? The same with Germany and Finland. What do you think, Roy? Because I sort of touched on that earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it had to happen, didn't it? Like Azerbaijan and Norway, like it had to happen. It's just such a running gag through the years. Like. And what was the other one?
I don't think it had to happen. Germany and Finland with the middle fingers.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool too. It's a lot of middle fingers in one spot.
Yeah, musical whiplash that is, going from I don't feel hate to like quite a, well, I don't feel hate to dark side.
Yeah. I don't feel hate and then dark side. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I feel like this last 30 seconds of Israel is really strong.
Yeah.
She nailed the whistle note again.
Yeah, I love and hate how arrogant she is after doing the first whistle note. Like every rehearsal when she nails it, it's like she does the note and she's like, yeah, I nailed that. And then she goes to the second one. Like every single time. And I'm like, yes, girl. But also like, no,
I quite like that bravado though. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty good at this.
I love it too, but like it's also like rubbing it into the rest. Like, look at me, I can sing so well.
Yeah,
like,
if I could do it, I would do that, to be fair.
Same, I would 100% do it. Like, all the credits to her.
Yeah. I saw a good question. Ekin Sinem Mezanli, I'm sorry if I butcher any of these names. What do you all think about Italy's placement, as in the running order?
Let me see again. After Netherlands, right? Yeah, and before Sweden.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect, really. I thought I would put it before the Netherlands, but I put it after it. But yeah, I think it makes sense. It will stand out. Like the Netherlands isn't super high energy, and Sweden kind of brings it down again as well. I didn't think that they would put it last because you never really put the big favorites last. So it makes sense for me.
I feel like they've really given Italy their strongest position possible.
Yeah.
And as much as I'm not sure if they'll do it. I think that if they're going to do it, then they've been given the best option to. So about Belgium on now. Just, I'm sure you can hear it in the background, but it's just started for us.
Yeah.
Which again, I think was one I thought would come after Israel. So I should be one of these producers.
Yeah, 100%, man. They should hire you.
Yeah. Who did I have opening? I think I had Serbia.
I am.
As the opener.
Wouldn't be too bad either.
Then Serbia, I don't know if you've seen it. They've gone like viral, almost.
Viral?
Their performance, they're on like 1.5 million views from last night already. I don't know how much of that is from Serbs, but
yeah,
they've smashed it.
That's cool. Good on them.
Yeah.
They also have done some crazy stuff too. Like, you thought that Bulgaria might gain percentages, it only lost percentages. Yeah, Italy gained a few more percentages. But keep in mind, last year, before the grand final started, Duncan had 51% chance to win. And like right now, Italy is only at 26, so like that's literally half.
I think this year is a lot more open than we've had it in a long time. Like even last year felt open, but it was almost like, well, Duncan's probably going to win this.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas at the moment, there's still about 7 countries in the conversation for me that I just can't really sort of pull apart. I think I've seen a lot of people saying that this could be like 2011, where there's a lot of strong options and then something sort of sneaks through, and I do feel that sort of fits with what I said about Bulgaria, that it could just do enough to just hit everyone to the post. But then it could just be the case that, you know, maybe Italy is just that powerful at the end
Yeah.
that they go through. Who knows? This is really solid from Belgium so far, but I don't think we expected anything different.
Yeah, I really like this song.
Yeah.
Still not a fan of the staging, but I love the song.
It'll be interesting to see if they, because they like to go through a break really early, so I wonder if they'll go straight to Russia. Oh, they will. They will go straight to Russia.
Emma is asking if you could swap out one final song for one non-qualifier, what would it be for you?
Oh, do I have to stick to semi-finals?
No, you can just swap out anything.
I'd swap out Moldova for Croatia. I think
Okay.
that immediately makes it a lot stronger. I think as a final.
Yeah.
So.
I'd swap out Moldova for Georgia. Will I paint my nails in memory of Georgia?
We know Georgia's going to win anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, I won't paint my nails in memory of Georgia. I literally did this for the first time ever. Like a friend said, like we talked about it before, and she was like, "Let's just do it." I was like, "Yeah, let's go." So I just painted my nails. But
Let's go.
Nail polish myself yet, so maybe later.
Russia's like a real sea change from Belgium. It's quite a nice transition.
Very colourful.
Yeah. The thing is now we've been given 5 really different songs, so it is a strong start to it, because after 5 songs everyone watching will be like, okay, it's an interesting show already. Alexander's saying, does it bother you that it's Germany then Finland and not the other way around?
No.
I feel like it'd be stronger with Finland coming after.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially when you have Bulgaria after that.
Yeah.
My stream is freezing. What is happening?
Because it was almost like last night where it was like Bulgaria was like really sort of soft and serene, and then all of a sudden Finland were just like rocking out straight away, and it's like, yeah, musical whiplash.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Finland also, like, they already kind of rely on kind of the shock factor because it's metal, so you don't get that very often in Eurovision. So people will be like, wow, what's this? So having them between, like, 2 more low energy or more, like, low sound kind of songs makes sense. So, like, with low sound, I mean, Germany is a bit more up-tempo, but there's not a lot of things happening melodically necessarily. And same with Bulgaria. Bulgaria is very simple, but not very much is necessarily happening instrumentally. So having Finland in between that is like boom. So it makes sense.
Yeah, it sort of reminds me a little bit of just looking back, like Hungary in 2018 went straight after Benjamin Ingrosso.
Yeah.
So it's like a sort of, you know, like a sort of soft pop song, and then This, That and the R, and then Toy. So if you know, that's how you make the songs pop off against each other, I guess.
Yeah.
Because that's what the producers are looking for more than anything. We can all theorize about, oh, they're throwing someone under the bus, etc., etc. But realistically, what they're trying to do is just achieve the best show possible.
Yeah. I feel like you shouldn't read into positions too much. Just how much do you stand out between the songs? Like, that is so much more important because you need to be the unique one that people vote for.
Yeah.
So, like, if we were to throw Malta in between, like, the little cluds of Switzerland, Iceland, and Greece, like, those 3 are, like, I think if you would throw them towards that part, it would get way more lost in the shuffle. Whereas now, it stands out quite a lot, I think. But we're going to hear Malta now.
Yeah. So straight into Malta now. So obviously you'll get to hear Destiny, I'm sure, on on the microphone.
Yes.
We'll see how this goes in, because this is the first sort of big hitter, isn't it? In terms of the odds.
Yeah. And it's like built up very nicely as well. You have Belgium, which is very low, and then Russia kind of amps it up a little bit, and then Malta amps it up even more. So it makes sense.
Malta's like energy.
Yeah. And then after Malta, Portugal brings it back down again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this works already.
Yeah.
You got to remember, as much as it's like, oh, they've put Malta so early, it's going to be the first sort of. I think one of the first odds favourites.
Yeah.
Might help it, because it's the first sort of, for a lot of people, it'll probably be the first wow moment.
They're like, wow, this is the first big one. So like,
Yeah.
In that case, it will be remembered by the first big one.
Yeah.
So I don't think it hurts them at all.
No. Don't always just assume because it's going early. I mean, statistically, yes, it doesn't help the chances, but I mean, the statistics are there to be broken. Because there was so long where we didn't even have a winner from the first half, and now it seems to happen more often than not.
To be honest, though, like those statistics are kind of flawed because it is runner order. Like the producers make the running order, so like they directly influence the statistics that rely.
They almost follow the statistics.
Exactly. So like maybe they want to break the statistics now, or no, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, Russia where were they in Tel Aviv? Russia was 5th in Tel Aviv as well, and they came 3rd. So
yeah, exactly.
So it's not a deal breaker.
Definitely not. I think Malta will have a great result. Like it stands out.
I do like how, like, in this rehearsal, a lot of the artists aren't giving it their all, but Destiny always gives 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a few artists that just always give their top level, and there are a few that just, like, not do it at all, but only for the important moments.
Yeah.
Like, Belgium always gives it, Malta always gives it, Israel always gives it.
Yeah. So people asking about Matt, if you've just joined, he's in the arena because this is the first sort of, well, this is the last opportunity he'll get to go inside. So we, you know, it's only fair that he gets that little sort of break.
Yeah, he hasn't been in the arena all 2 weeks, like, because for the second rehearsals, you would have to be there 10 minutes before a country started to rehearse, then you were let in, and then you needed to stay there for the entire rehearsal and then go back again. So he didn't want to do that for so long. So he hasn't been in the arena all week. So this is the opportunity because Sean and me can handle. I hope.
Yeah. Hopefully. Who have we got next? Portugal. Still no break yet, so we're going straight through. It must be after the UK.
Yeah. Or before the UK, because the well,
I was just about to say, don't go anywhere, because it doesn't normally take long for the omnipresent Matt to realise.
Yeah. Portugal is so good.
Yeah. If it goes to a blue screen, the stream hasn't died, so don't worry. It's just the software we're using.
Yes, we can handle. And then Matt was like, "Nope, cancel the show."
Famous last words. The intro to Portugal coming after Malta was really effective as well. So doing a good job so far.
Especially with like super much color from Malta, and you get black and white.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, he's back.
Quick say your final bad words.
I thought you'd be in there for longer.
No, I said just a couple of songs. I actually wanted to say for 2, and then I stayed for 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to wait for Malta. I had to wait for Malta. I was saying I got to watch that one.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
It only crashed about 3 times. Don't worry.
Twice. I was there to fix it.
Yeah.
It's just because it loses the internet connection on my iPad for like 2 seconds, so it refreshes it. So, but I made it back. It is amazing in there. Like when you see that big screen come down, like the LED screen, the transparent one, it's like, whoa! It is so cool in there. And you see the whole screen, and it is so close. The press center as well, the closest it's ever been, Sean. It's like, it is so fast. Like, we're sitting technically on the other side of the press room. If you were over there, it takes like a minute or 2. It's like nothing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's like right there. Let me change this here.
Yeah, I've just got flashbacks to like Stockholm.
Oh.
Where it was just...
like, who wants to go to the arena?
So Stockholm, we were in... if anyone knows where Globen is in Stockholm, obviously there's the little sort of ice hockey arena next to it. And the press centre was in the bottom of the ice hockey arena. So you had to go all the way up the side of the arena, really steep steps, cross, up some more steps, across a bridge into Globen, down again, and then around Globen, and then into the arena. And it took about 10 minutes, and it was just, it was an ordeal. So if you went to the arena in 2016, you stayed there for the duration, basically.
Yes. It was a pain just getting, because we were in the hockey ring on the ground, like where the ring is actually, and this just walking up the stairs was, I'll never forget that. It was a great press center, like overall. Like, I love being in there, but just getting in and out was hell. Like, the bathrooms were all the way at the top as well, so you just like were holding it as long as humanly possible. Good times.
To be fair, Lisbon wasn't too convenient either, but that was because the arena was like not near anywhere that could have been a press centre. So it was like the buildings almost across the street that you had to walk from.
Yeah.
Well, because it was Lisbon and it was May and it was outside, like it was nice weather, so you didn't mind.
Yeah.
So we've got Serbia next, just to say. We've still not had a break, so we're going straight through from Cyprus to Serbia at least.
Yeah. As we earlier suggested, or expected, I should say, it'll probably be after the United Kingdom. So, Dem, is anything important from your end? I mean, it sounded all good to me in the arena.
Yeah.
No one's had any, like, shockers or anything.
Okay, I didn't think so either. It was just fun because, with Elena, Alene, and Destiny being such good singers, the voices carrying throughout the arena was really, really cool. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, we were just saying how Destiny's like not one of these singers that will hold back in a rehearsal.
She's like, what is that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of genuine excitement on her end, for sure, to be here.
Yeah.
But also Eden, I will say, because she got all goofy at the very end, like as, the performance was over. So it was super cute as well. She was just jumping around, super happy. And there's a cool little nifty things that you see with the camera work that I find very interesting. Like during Maltese performance, we have a bunch of stagehands actually on stage during the performance, and no one would ever know because of the camera work. Right. Yeah, because they come in at some point, because he has a big platform, and then they add those stairs at some point, like halfway through the song or something like that. So that 4 people of them just sit on the floor, like so that we're not in the shot, so they can put on the stairs and then run out at the right time. It's really cool.
Have you seen the video of Switzerland from behind?
No.
When all the platforms move out the way, all the stagehands are doing that.
I have not.
I think the camera must just go close to Gjon, because then they absolutely just leg it off stage. Like almost like launch themselves off the stage to get out of the way.
Here we go. Now, I'm most excited. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think what we can say about Eurovision and the production is that they make the EBU and the broadcaster make it look so easy. But when you're in the arena, and anyone who's been to live shows will attest for this, there is so much work and so many people behind the scenes that make this show run as smoothly as it does. And it's I always like watching it go on, unfold on stage.
Yeah, it's just amazing being in there, because just like even like with when you saw Malta come in, there were like 20 people on stage, or something like that. So many. Yeah. And people think like, why do they rehearse so much? It's like unnecessary. Like, no, you don't understand. It's not just for the singers. That's like almost like the least concern in some ways at this point. It's more about the stage, the people putting the props together, the camera people, the lighting, everything else. It just needs to be rehearsed just as much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm also reminding everyone this is not the jury show that will be tonight. That'll be even more important. This is really just the first run through for us to getting the first feel for it and what's going to happen. Oh, wait, we're getting a break actually before the United Kingdom.
Serbia killed it, by the way. I know we've not really spoke about it while it's been on, but it's as high energy as you'd want from Serbia.
Yeah. So we're going to get a break before the United Kingdom. So it's probably more about getting... With the UK, it's true. It takes more time to get them on than take them off, because they need to snap on the hooks and all that stuff and the wires. While just getting off, it's probably slightly faster. Still surprised they have Greece right after. Now I wish I was in the arena to watch how they do that.
Can you move freely back and forth between the arena?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, if you want to go in, just let us know.
Now with the technical difficulties, I don't want to, be gone and then no one's, be able to get back into it. But I appreciate that. You're too kind. So now they're talking a little bit about Junior Eurovision right now.
Oh.
So, and Valentina is having a little clip here talking about it. So happy for France.
They announced the winner of that Eurovision challenge thing as well.
What Eurovision challenge thing?
It's like a social media thing I think they were running, like on Instagram.
Oh, I'm like out of the loop with all of that.
Oh, it's Valentina.
Not the Valentina that you may think.
It's not Valentina Moneta, no.
No, it's Valentina from France, Junior Eurovision. So now we're seeing Duncan Lawrence talking on camera with his little not statue trophy. Yeah.
Nikki's showing off her tats. I didn't realize she had them.
Yeah, I didn't know either. It's the first time I saw them. Actually, I noticed the same thing. I didn't know she had that many tats.
Wait, it said Jamala for Emily de Forest. What?
Yeah, they got the captions the wrong way around there.
Oh.
Jamala changed.
That is. By the way, everyone, if you have questions, of course, in the chat at ESC United. Ross is asking, is it bad to be after a break? Some people are saying that, maybe some people are still in the bathroom and missed the first seconds of the performance. But I don't recall statistically there being a significant impact. I'd have to look that up again, but I don't think there is.
If you take this long in the bathroom, then there's issues.
Well, not just the bathroom, like grabbing a drink, making a phone call, whatever it may be. This is one example.
Topping up your wine.
Did you guys notice how they put Spain after Iceland so they can get the prop ready while people watch the screen?
Yep.
ADQ is asking. That's true.
Yeah.
It's very
but then, they can't just inflate the moon in front of the screen, because then people in the audience won't get to see this performance.
No, they can. Oh, wow, because, but I don't think they care about them as much. No offense to the people in the audience, but I think they're more worried about, the people watching. We're talking about 3,000 people versus 180 million or whatever. Yeah. Although I think the viewing figures will be probably down this year. It's just the whole 1 year break is going to have an impact on everything.
It's the UK now.
Yep, let's see. They did a good job. No delays there.
Yeah, because they had a little break in between.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they had the time to get the trumpets ready.
Like I love the smooth sound of his voice a lot. It's just not vocally consistent.
Oof. That was a
Yeah,
hit.
I still love the song. I don't give a rat's ass for
The
anybody else.
hashtag is hashtag UK.
Oh yeah, you don't even get 3 letters, huh?
No, it's normally GBR.
That's Great Britain though. So like that would.
Wasn't it UNI?
Yeah, but no, it was GBR previously because that's
Really?
like the
That's-
3-letter code.
Well, that's probably inaccurate. But
Great
it's weird that
Britain.
they have 2. Yeah.
Well, it's short for United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, isn't it? So
So the thing, of course, we're most excited about will be the fake results. Who will be the fake winner this time around?
yeah,
Georgia.
Roy, let
sorry,
it go.
okay, the joke
Let
has to
it go.
die.
Yes, it has to die.
I've got to say, I am glad there's a break before the UK now because if we went straight after Serbia, this would just feel so much like less energy.
Yes.
I still think that UK could catch a good amount of votes if he is vocally solid tonight from the juries.
I have a feeling that we'll do better with the juries than the televote this year.
I
which
think so
seems to be
too.
the case every year anyway. But I think this year it will happen.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think we'll get 12 points from the jury and maybe 5 points from the televote.
Matt, are you ready for other ESC depression? Oh, after ESC depression, how do you deal with it? I don't really suffer from PED a whole lot because, unlike for other people, when you run stuff like that, it never really stops. Yes, this Eurovision is over, but there is always Eurovision going on in my world. Like talking about the aftermath, talking about what's to come, preparing videos, editing. There's so much, so I don't really have that issue. Fortunately, I guess. So I just jump right into the next year in prep work. Junior Eurovision is coming up.
2022 starts.
Yeah, and now American Vision. There's so many things to come.
Yeah,
So-
and like after Eurovision, we immediately get like, we're going to the country. What cities will put a bid forward? Where will we go?
Yeah.
What will be the pros and cons? What stadiums are available? What is the hotel space like? And like all the speculation starts immediately. And then in September, it's like Eurovision New Year. The new songs
Yeah.
could come out any moment, and like Eurovision never stops.
It never stops.
No.
What you saying, Rotterdam?
What you say in Rotterdam?
Rotterdam.
Rotterdam. So he says
It's
it like
like-
me. It's not Rotterdam. It's Rotterdam.
Exactly. Rotterdam.
Rotterdam.
Screw the T, right?
What you say in Rotterdam? Matt in Rotterdam. Pass me the bottle of water.
But what?
Bottle of water, Rotterdam.
Do you think that France located after Ukraine in the running order hurts a lot of France's chances to win? I'm worried people find this too forgettable after the craziness of Schum. No, I think it's a good contrast in my view because some people will be turned off by the craziness of Schum as well. So they may actually find France more appealing. And vice versa, of course, because these are two very different songs going for a very different audience. So I don't think it's a bad thing. It's a good thing. Anyone disagrees?
I think it's a tad of an odd placement, but it shouldn't affect the chances too much.
They must have got the trumpets down quite quickly then, because Greece had no hitches.
Yeah, exactly.
My concern though is that there's a lot of smoke in the UK's performance, as in like the pyros and everything, and obviously that affects Greece's green screen. So if they had the
Maybe,
wind
yeah.
machine, all black.
They're like, thank God there's no more Estonia in front of them, so they have to worry about the smoke.
Yeah.
I was texting with a friend while Greece was on, and he was like, imagine being a dancer and getting the opportunity to go to Eurovision on the big stage and be like super excited for it, and then you get the news of like, you're gonna be the pants. And I was like,
Well,
No one will ever see your face.
to be fair, you do get the last chorus. You get to see them.
yeah,
So I guess you got that little moment in the sun. Matt, Roy, and Sean, which is your last place in the grand final 2021? I will not say mine because I'd say the plenty and people get pissed off. So
yeah.
yes,
Probably
those who
told you.
follow us, they know the answer.
People know my answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not harp on the bad. Let's focus on the good.
Yes.
The green screen's working quite well today. It's the best
Yeah.
I've seen it for a while.
I thought in the semi-final itself, it wasn't too bad either.
No.
So I guess they got it together in the end.
All right, there you have it. Greece is. They look good. I think they're ready to go. I mean, they've been ready to go. Can you vote,
Yeah.
Matt? Someone's asking. No, I cannot. Unless I get like a SIM card here in the Netherlands. So, which, nah, it's okay. I'll just be a bystander and see what happens. Plus, apparently, you have to pay for it here. In America, it's free to vote for these shows. So I'm like, I'm not paying for this.
It's free?
Yeah, when you vote for like American Idol and stuff like that, yeah, that's free.
Wow.
Really?
It's
a very
really cheap in the UK, but it's not free.
Oh, yeah. Why would I pay to vote for someone? That is a little weird to me, in my view.
Why would you make it free? Like,
Why wouldn't you? Because you
have
want
pay
people to
for, like, the
participate.
network charges.
Well, yeah, but that's why you get sponsors and all of that stuff, and
yeah,
viewerships
okay,
and all
I
of that
forgot
stuff.
the US was like super sponsors and like commercial break after
yeah.
every song, commercial
Yeah.
break here, commercial break there. Woo!
Exactly.
Yeah,
People
I'd
wouldn't
rather
vote.
have like 15, like the voting's 15p in the UK. I'd rather have it like that than say like, this performance was brought to you by Papa John's Pizza or whatever it is after
Yeah,
every,
exactly.
after every show.
I think for us it's like 30 cents or something.
Yeah. If I don't have to pay money, I don't pay for it. That's just how I
That's
am.
a very Dutch sentiment. You're
Yeah.
Dutchifying.
As I told you, the Dutch always get the rep, but the Germans are no
We
better
are-
than it.
Greedy.
We'll take anything if it's free.
Yes.
honestly. And we will seek out any little discount possible in the world. Oh, it's Switzerland time.
Switzerland really stood out in the recap, so I'm interested to see it here.
This performance got really good reception as well because the fans were all upset about the staging. It's like, nope.
Yeah, but
They
that's
did
probably because they thought that like the 30-second snippet that was going to be the entire song of like him just like bopping around to the song.
Yeah.
Germany has the lowest cost for voting due to the law prohibiting public broadcasters to make profit of voting. Well, that's good. 14 per vote. 14 cents.
I mean,
per vote.
we often have like a good cause like attached to it in a way. Like we sometimes have that, I believe.
I want to say, like, what's the
Probably
most
same
expensive
with
country
BBC.
to vote? Like, who charges the most, I wonder? Anyone in the chat that lives in a country that charges a lot, let me know.
Apparently Estonia is like €1.60.
What?
Oh,
So I don't know if that's the most, but like I would say it's probably it's €2 in Estonia.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I was going to say
Right,
somewhere like Nordic, probably.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, Estonia charges 160. Heiniston is saying that is lower lyceum saying 6. Like, who wants to vote there? Yeah.
It does seem odd that like you'd think the EBU would want to standardise it across Europe. Say
You'd
like
think
you
so.
can't charge more than this.
You can't do that because like incomes also differ throughout Europe.
Well, you can do a percentage-wise, per rata,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Sweden's €1.40.
Sweden is what?
€1.40 apparently.
Wow. So Estonia seems to be the winner, and by winner I mean loser.
So far, at least.
Yeah, France is €1. Oh,
Switzerland's like
That
really
no was
impactful no
bad
matter where
right
you
now.
put it.
that was his first time he really cracked, but it's good. It's a rehearsal. It's a rehearsal.
Watches of stumble.
This has got impact no matter where you put this in the draw.
Yeah.
So.
He saw him always like you could see that his voice was not right there. Yes.
He was pointing at his ear, his monitor was not working.
Okay.
Yeah.
So something earpiece wasn't
Yeah.
working. You're
Ooh.
saying, but it was bad. Yeah. But so now we're moving on to the next country, Iceland, I believe. Which of course they don't have to set anything up, so they can start working on Spain, I guess already. That's nice. Okay, let's see. Daphne, the beloved, says, "What do you think about Joe? Is this a Joe Mama joke? Or what Joe are you talking about? If you're doing Joe Mama, then I'm not falling for it. Unless you're talking really Joe. No, if I know, no, you didn't fall for it. If I call them out on it, that's not how it works.
I
And
wouldn't know what other Joe they would end with it either. So
I think it's pretty sure it's Joe Mama.
yeah, they probably like try to like pull you like Joe who, and they would be like, Joe.
Yeah.
Like these nuts.
Yes. What do you think of a possible Eurovision All-Star season with winners or high scores? Most of the winners would not agree to that. If I was a winner of Eurovision, I would not want to put myself in that awkward position. I don't think there's very little they can gain at this point, right? By doing that.
Yeah.
Like when you have like a Big Brother or like some reality TV All-Stars thing. That's not how Eurovision works.
The Eurovision Hunger Games, fight till the death.
Until only running stairs is there. All right, so I had to go
Because
there.
they're running away from everything.
They're running scared tonight. So, what do you think of Nikki as a host? How do you guys like Nikki?
I think she's doing great. Like this is
I
the
think
first like big hosting thing, so she's doing really well. I think.
Sean?
I think she's great. I really think she's great. She's a natural at this. I think what it is that like she's that used to trying to portray something to an audience as a YouTuber. So I think that naturally she's done it for so long that it just becomes she's learned her craft with it. And I think she's a natural at it.
Yeah. Well, she's done makeup tutorials, right? That's the thing?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
her English is very good as well, so she doesn't have to think about it as much as maybe other hosts in the past have had to do, because like English is not the language they used to speak, but for her it is. So that helps a lot.
It was very interesting because I talked to my friends this morning in America, a few of them, and they were talking about does the guy Jan, does he speak English? Because it's like he knows he speaks well, but it seems that he doesn't know what he's saying. I'm like, he just learned English over the past year and a half. They really kind of drilled the English, like he was really getting English lessons, and like they're like, yeah, we can tell. It was very interesting how they knew that. And like,
He's the only one that really sounds Dutch to me.
Yeah. He
Like, he's
really
got a very
improved over the
obvious
past
accent.
year and a half, though. So, like, kudos and hats off to him. Like, he massively improved.
So was he not like ready for 2020 then?
Probably not.
I mean, he was ready, but like before he got the hosting job, he never really did something in English. And he's from like this very small town where you basically just only speak Dutch. And he did branch out towards Germany, but he just never speaks English with anything really. So he just really had to get rid of his super overly Dutch accent and just get used to talking in English, I guess.
Mm. But he speaks perfect German. that's good, I
Yeah.
guess.
But that's because like his songs got over there, and like he made a few songs in German as well, so that makes sense.
Yeah. What about our chances of getting the 8 and 10 points announcement back, like Österdal implied on Twitter? That's just like we'll see. He was just saying we'll see. It was more like I don't want to say no. Huh?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, you could have very easily done it in Israel because there was about an hour of interlax that we didn't need.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason. I see no reason why you couldn't shorten the amount of time you've got for interlax and lengthen the voting.
Well, what they could do at least is instruct the spokespeople a little better, saying, "Don't do this whole 8 minutes, 8 points. Who is it? Do you want to know? It is like sharp. Just do it. Like say thank you for the show.
Do your job. Yeah.
Yes, correct. Don't try to entertain us. We're not interested in that. I know it's kind of part of the Eurovision thing, but I'd rather have the points than a long spiel about I'm going to play the piano for 5 seconds. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ben, for the super chat. Thanks for the stream. Do you think Italy can win? Roy's gone, so I'm not going to ask him.
I think they can win. I don't know whether they will, but I think it's as I was saying to Roy earlier. I think the draw they've got every chance of doing it. I just don't know whether. Depends on tonight. If the jury support them tonight, I think they could have it sewn on. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Can they win it? Yes. Will they win it? I don't. My gut tells me no, due to juries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Did you see any huge technical problems during rehearsals or live shows? Over the past week, yeah. I mean, of course, there were some issues and hiccups, but that's why we have rehearsals. Today, not that many, right?
Only at the very start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, San Marino not being there, Switzerland's earpiece not working, and him missing that note.
Yeah. But it's really whatever. Like.
Yeah. These are rehearsals, so I'm not too worried about it. So Spain
what's up with your frames in the back, Sean? Like, are you living in a tilted house or something, Sean?
No, what it is, there's a flag there. That's
okay.
An angle. That's straight, that one.
Yeah.
It might just mean my angle of the camera.
Yeah, the
well.
camera angle is a little crooked, which is fine. But
you can see the ceiling, yeah. Oh yeah, that's a Derby.
Well, it's my phone, so I had to this is the only way I can really sort of set it up properly.
Okay.
I can see what you're saying looking at that, but yeah, that one's like straight. That's an angle.
Yeah, you can see that as a ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to start getting Derby County into it somehow because we need all the help we can get.
It's so weird to see Blas Canto with his hair down because he hasn't his hairstyle yet. So it's like
I kind of like it though. Oh, Sean has
I don't know about you. This doesn't feel very sort of impactful after Iceland.
Sean has become pixels.
You become what?
Look at Sean's screen. It looks interesting.
I don't
know straight from a horror movie or something. Like coming out of the wall, like.
Scary.
It's fine to me here. Is it still like that?
Yeah, on my end, you look funky. I mean, not you, but your screen. Let me clarify that.
I'll refresh.
Okay. Bye. And we won't let him back in. Okay, we're done.
Whoa.
He fell for it.
We now
He
need,
fell
need
for it.
like we need like James's cat to like put or like stroke the cat and be like. "Arr," and
That
people
fool
will-
fell for it. Now there he is. Okay, looks much better.
Yes.
Is that better now? Yeah.
Some sugar for Moldova.
Thank you. From Moldova. Thank you.
Specifically, yeah.
Sugar from Moldova. Oh no. Oh no. No,
'Cause-
no.
Sean looks like Greece's performance.
Yes.
I've seen someone saying in the chat, yeah, no, there's no rehearsal footage of Duncan for the final yet, so obviously he's not been part of the production.
Let's see if she's gonna do her little like squealing sound again, like she did yesterday.
Oh my god, that was so unbearable.
And then they use it, of course, for the recap as well. It
Yeah.
worked. So we should be making fun. It was just so out of the ordinary, like out of nowhere.
It's like it wasn't even impressive. No, it was just long and
Matt, Roy, and Sean, which artists would you wish to see in future on EC stage? So let's just focus on this year. Out of all the acts, who do you think you want to see again in the future?
Oh.
Maybe not next year, but at some point.
I thought we just had to name a group that has.
I was going to say that if it's an open-ended question, there's so many. Like I couldn't.
Yeah, just
I'd
pick
probably
one.
Pick one for every country.
No, just for this year. I'm talking about this year.
Well, in general, I just don't like returning artists. So an artist that non-qualified, so Tordica maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I want.
I'm going to take it.
Let
I'm
me
going
go.
to take a different slant on the question. And I'm going to say that I'd want to pick, instead of Uku for Estonia, I'd want Riddell Tartu at Eurovision
Who?
instead.
But they were not
Tartu.
Eurovision.
No,
Tartu,
but I
yes.
wanted them at Eurovision. I'm taking it a different slant.
No.
If you could pick one artist from a national final.
All they have to pick is a good song, and then maybe they can do it. They haven't done that yet. So I would pick Romania. I would Roxanne's, because I feel as her experience was kind of really ruined, being like a very popular song, guaranteed qualifier, and then it fell apart. And her not being able to attend the red carpet. It's just everything seemed to be kind of like not going her way.
Yeah.
So I think I feel the most sad for her. So
I actually really like Sean's answer, but then like reunite the lead singer with his band, so just have Winnie Pooh perform there.
Yeah.
keep in mind, Sean and Roy's tastes are not necessarily as conventional as most folks.
That is a very kind way of
Conventional.
saying
I
it.
like. That's a yeah. That's the way of saying we've got shit taste. But just
I
not
didn't say that.
to our faces.
You said that if that's your interpretation, that's on you, not me.
Yeah. We appreciate the high arts.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh, yeah, high arts.
Winnie Pooh, not Winnie Pooh.
Winnie Pooh, whatever. Winnie Pooh, whatever.
Do you
Is it
not know their song from 2011? Me kuni mais kosa coffee in a letti. I don't fully know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Do we have the Barbara Dex winner already for this year? What do you guys think? I don't think there's anyone that particularly stood out to me was like, oh my God, don't do this.
I think they might give it to Croatia.
Croatia.
Really?
You didn't... Why?
Like the little metal, like the glittery stuff looked a little bit like it was glued on, and like I don't know, her tights weren't the most flattering either. So I don't know. There isn't one super ugly dress this year, I would say.
Yeah, no one would deserve it, really. I think that changed the whole concept of it anyway. Then I don't call it the ugliest, but the most, what the terminology use? Something a little bit less,
Outland.
negative. Yeah. What?
The winner of Barbara Dex is either going to be San Marino or Sweden.
I don't know. I agree with that.
Or that one.
There's no one that stands out for Barbara Dex.
Yeah. So Germany is back.
I feel like if James Newman would have wore that gold ensemble, then that would have won it. But
Yeah.
seems like he's ditched that.
Maybe the peace lady from the German performance. if she counts.
Yeah, maybe Germany.
Germany has a nice outfit. I mean, it's not a bad outfit at all.
No.
I thought.
No, but there's nothing else to really pick. So.
I got a lot of actually. People may say because we got a lot, and I can see that. Switzerland's outfit was not a very flattering outfit. Like like what's his body shape? That's what a lot of people say because the pants were high up, but the shirt was very loose. So I've got a lot of comments about Switzerland's not the most flattering outfit. Yeah, because
I
the
think
pants
I
are
would
really
love
high
them
up,
in.
and the shirt was kind of baggy, wide. So it made his body look like have an odd shape kind of thing. That's what.
I don't know. I think it really fit him. Like he looked like an artist, like a bit of an artsy guy.
Yeah.
I bet the woman who's like the peace sign, I bet her left arm is like the strongest in the world right now.
Yeah. Be like
Matt,
She spent like 2 weeks like that.
Yeah. Someone's asking, Matt, can you turn up the camera on the screen so we can see? Yes, let me do that real quick here and then get kicked out of the green room, out of the press center.
Yeah.
No, of course I'm not going to do that. We're not allowed to show you
We know
screens.
you've seen the performances, but it's still prohibited because like it's a final show.
Yep. It says prohibited to film the screen. It says it right big on the screen.
Yeah.
You're not even allowed to take pictures of it, technically. Don't you think there should be rules about foreigners entering Eurovision next year? Some people could hire Beyonce to take part. Where is the end? No, I don't agree with that. Keep in mind, look at the very unknown artist at that point in time called Celine Dion, representing Switzerland. She's from Canada. What is a country like San Marino gonna do? Yeah, we have to send Valentina virtually every single year. Now, I encourage people to send local talent, but the world has become more international. I don't think we should have that kind of regulation at all. I'd be actually more inclined to say I'd rather have songwriting be more of a local thing, but even then, I'm kind of more like.
I feel like if anyone can convince Beyonce to represent them at Eurovision, then let them do it because they've, fair play to them.
Now the question is, am I gonna headbang again to Finland?
Yeah.
I think I might.
But the answer is yes.
It's kind of like you get these drastic moments like Bulgaria, Finland, no, Germany and Finland, like they're just really messing with people.
I'm gonna mute myself then.
Someone's asking, where is Connor? Where is James? Connor is gone this week. He's on vacation. He is in Florida. Lucky him. And where is James? James is busy right now. He could only sign up for certain shows, so he couldn't be here for the finals. So that's why we have Gabe on later as well for the jury show.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I do like Finland's postcard with a beer pong.
Finland has. That is just me, of course. Like, I don't know why Finland isn't higher on the betting odds than Italy, because I find this way more like energetic and for me to get into. Do you think that the EBU should bring in a rule that songwriters from that participating country, that would be great way to encourage local talent? What do you think, Sean?
I don't think you should bring any kind of rule in. As much as it is frustrating when you see more and more Swedish writers turn up across Europe, which I think is probably what they're referring to. You restrict yourself massively, because what I like about Eurovision is that it, compared to like sports and that, it's such an even playing field. So like San Marino are in the second final in the row, whereas like if they could only use literally San Marino's resources, they would be dwarfed by some of the other countries.
Yeah,
and that's my concern. Even like say like Latvia or Estonia, you know, like say Montenegro when they're back. They just don't have the same resources that say a Sweden or a Germany or a UK has. So I don't see any reason to restrict it because of that.
So Connor's in Florida. Now I hope not. He's in Florida. Again, if you have questions, go ahead.
By the way, there's just so people here know, there's a poll on the ESC United website, escunited.com, to predict the top 10. We want your predictions for later on so that we can try and work out this crazy final. So if you could go there, vote for 10 songs you think will make it to the top 10.
Yeah.
And we'll reveal all later on.
And Sean, please send me your top 10 as well after this show.
Yeah. Do you want? Are you doing a full ranking from?
No, it's top 10.
Just...
Your top 10. Your prediction top 10, not your personal.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to ask Roy because he's going to put Georgia on there regardless. So I know.
I feel like this really impacts Germany quite negatively. This performance. Like coming straight after it.
Yeah, but again, it is again, the whole idea is like two very different styles that they don't cancel each other out. Because again, this is a genre that will not work for a lot of people either, right? And then I'm like, oh, we had something cute and funny. Now we had this noise, you know.
Yeah.
But for someone like you, or even myself, to a certain extent, you know, well, like both actually. You know, that may be the case, but for a lot of people, it could be the exact opposite.
Yeah. Is Roy a professional dancer?
You just saw him.
No, I'm not a professional dancer. I'm a professional maniac.
Yes, I can confirm that. What do you think about Sweden's running order? Will it be lost between Italy and San Marino, or will it be remembered because it's almost last? It's very difficult to get completely forgotten when you're like second to last. That doesn't necessarily guarantee a good result, but it certainly cannot hurt. It can only help. Whether or not it's going to help, that I don't know. But once again,
just to point out, there's a break here, by the way. I don't know if you've already said.
Yeah. No, I have not. So after Finland, we have a break. Thank you, Fabio Cunha, for your super chat, by the way. That is very much appreciated. I'm still not, I haven't memorized the running order yet, of course, so I don't even know what's after Finland. I'm bringing it up right now. Bulgaria. So that's another, again, them one after another, huh? They'll just keep those two together. I didn't realize that.
Break right now, though.
That's true, but, you know, still.
Sure. Okay, wait.
Do you think the EBU will allow countries to have recorded backing vocals next year? Well, let me answer that question since I just tweeted about that last night, actually. And I'm going to bring up the tweet and read it to you. Hold on tight. Play the Jeopardy theme song. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is what the statement was. Questions about the newly implemented backing vocals. Martin Osterdahl said the opportunity to allow participants to have pre-recorded backing vocals was a smart move and a decision made by the reference group. In national finals, this rule has allowed domestic productions to evolve, but there will be no evaluation on whether we'll keep this rule for Eurovision until the current production finished. And I said, translation, the backing vocalist rule is here to stay.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they said about so many things, because initially they said, oh, it's only for this year, only for this year. Well, we evaluated this year, and I'm going to be the first one to raise hell about that. But I will have to wait to raise hell until this happens, but I will be a deal breaker for me.
I feel like they will hit a backlash if they do it.
I hope so.
Hopefully there is enough of a backlash that if they do decide to stick with it. I can see why they've done it this year, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But part of the joy of like Eurovision is the fact that it is all live. So yeah, I feel like people will raise hell. But then they probably did the same when the orchestras ran. I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
they've made the decision, they might just stick with it.
We'll see. Yeah, we just have to keep raising hell. Yeah, because it's really. Okay, first of all, Matthew Faustini, thank you so much. Sending my thanks for all the amazing covers. Thank you so much for supporting it. And also, if you don't have any financial means to do that, like this video, comment on it, or any video that we post in the future, because that helps us as well, getting us our videos out there in the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah.
As always, at ESC United in the chat.
And
Both here on YouTube as well as the folks on Twitch, which is still a growing community because we're fairly new to that one.
Yes.
But we already got over 150 followers already. So
Wow,
that's
that's
pretty
good.
exciting. Yeah.
We literally just improvised this week and just started a Twitch.
Well, it was people requested it, and we were like, I can try it.
And then, like, after this week, Gabe will probably look at it and how to set it up better.
Yeah, he did a little bit already, and you have to have like some streaming time in order to put like subscriptions on. It's like weird. I don't know. I don't speak Twitch just yet, but I'll pay more attention afterwards.
We'll work on it.
I don't speak Twitch. I just
speak YouTube. Yes.
By the way, we passed 7,000 followers on Instagram and 6,500 on Twitter. So thank you very much if you followed.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much.
If you've not followed yet, then try and push us as far as you can. We'd love to obviously grow as an outlet. So.
Thank you so much, Fabio, for your super chat. First, let me congratulate you all for the amazing work. My question is, do you think Portugal can reach top 10?
Yes.
So you said can, but you do also say it will, you think? Or you more like can? So you think you can and it will?
Yeah.
Sean?
It's a possibility. Yeah. Not to spoil my predictions, I don't think it will.
Yeah.
But I can see a universe where it does end up top 10.
I can say it can. I'm just not ready yet to say it will. Because, there's so much more competition. There are lots of jury pleasers now in here. Potential jury pleasers. I'm sure some of them will lose out. You never know who they're going to rally behind. So it could, if it's Portugal, then by all means. But it could also be Bulgaria. It could be Switzerland.
It's also a televote pool, though.
Huh?
It's also a televote pool, though.
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah. Marie saying, thank you so much for streaming and for all your hard work. Well, thank you for your support. We really, really appreciate it. Now, as said, you heard all the performances, so we don't have to go into the details here. So we make this a little bit more of a casual kind of live stream. But tonight, it will matter a whole lot. So I hope you'll be back for the jury show. Another question, Matt, did you hear that Sergei Lazarev was angry due to the pre-recorded backing vocals this year? No, I have not heard about that, but I don't think there's a reason to be angry about it. They're just very unique circumstances. Now, next year, I would join him very much. I'll be out there with my sign protesting. But for this year, I don't think it's a fair thing to compare because it's just a unique year. I will say I'm getting mad at the countries who still brought 6 people anyway and still have backup tracks because, it's like, come on, then you're just using that as an excuse. And those, I'm kind of like, I'm pissed at.
I'm still not counting out Bulgaria, I think it is a real moment on stage.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I mean, it dropped significantly in the betting odds. It's like now in 10th, so others passed them. But we'll see. Do you think Ukraine has a chance of winning? I can see them getting a lot of televotes, but not so much from juries. That's what I'm thinking as well. That is where my head is at.
I think it could, though. I think Ukraine has a very big chance to be the televote winner. And, it depends on how big that boom is and how much points they already have from the juries to see if they'll win. And if a lot of, countries battle it out, because it's going to be a tight show, like we've said so far all the time, I could see them do it. But it's not a certainty for me.
I'm skeptical. Here's Lithuania now performing. It's so weird not seeing them first. I don't know why. It's like, I'm used to you opening this thing.
Yeah.
It's okay. Will they need live on tapes again next year? Unlikely. I would think it's unlikely. We don't know what the world's going to look like in a year, but if we can go based on projections and where we're heading, I don't think that will be the case.
As long as people can get vaccinated, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, we already have depending on some countries are really far behind. Others are a little bit doing better. But I think over the summer here and fall, it'll be a very different story.
Yeah. The good thing is that they've said that the vaccines are effective against every variant, so that's promising for opening up from here on.
When are you releasing ESC teams' predictions for the final and winner? Hopefully tonight. I'm going to ask everyone to send me their top 10 predictions. You heard that, Roy?
Yes.
And Boris always said, okay. So I haven't told Melanie yet.
Mm-hmm.
You need them in order?
Yes, first to 10th.
Oh, God. I was hoping I could just give you 10 and just let you work it out. I could give you 10 countries, but I'm still baffled as to which way they're going to go.
Thank you. I'll try in a bit. Oh, yeah. I don't want toffee in my mouth right now. So, Matt, where are you from? I'm from California, United States. Pretty far away, I know. And we got our own Eurovision, our own vision contest, I guess. American Song Contest. Yes! Is there any chance in Lithuania? Is there any changes in Lithuania? No, they cannot make any changes to the rehearsal at this point. Now it's too late.
This is still, even though it's it's good as an opener, but even in 18th in the final, it's still really impactful.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, it's also coming again. Yeah.
I was just gonna say, this is when the drink is really going to have kicked in for a lot of Europe, so they're going to be up and dancing to this, I'm sure.
Lithuania is now in 11th place in terms of betting odds. Almost has predictions, slightly different. So yeah, but this again is another boost that we sometimes need in this. Key Malyan on Twitch said just a little while ago, you should be able to get affiliated status tomorrow on Twitch. You guys have a high watching average and enough followers and time streamed. I can't wait to sub to you. Your coverage as Eurovision brought me a lot of joy. Well, thank you. I don't know any of that means because I thought you already subscribed when you followers is different than subscribing. I don't know how that works on Twitch.
When you follow, you just follow the channel, so you get notifications whenever we go live, for example. Mm-hmm. And when you subscribe, you pay a monthly amount of money basically to the channel.
Learning.
Yeah.
Well, then thank you for that. Yes, and in the off season on Twitch, we probably do some maybe some gaming. I need to figure out how that works. Oh gosh, I feel so old.
I was trying to look yesterday how to get verified on Twitter, but it feels like it's quite a complicated process. And
well, it has not been activated yet. They're starting activated yet. It's the option's not there yet, but it should come up over the next few weeks. So yeah, but I'll handle that. Don't worry. Did you take part of giving your voice to WWF?
World Wrestling Federation. Sorry.
Oh, that's the 90s. Now the World Wide Foundation. I don't know what you mean by that.
Isn't it the nature thing?
Yes, correct. But I haven't given my voice. I mean, how?
I don't know.
I'm not sure exactly. You may have to elaborate.
Can I just say there's a delay here, I think, between Lithuania and Ukraine, because I'm sure they just showed the postcard and then they've ended up going to this open up again.
They're doing the same clip they showed in the semis. It said filler.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it is never shown through the show.
Yes. They should have another filler. Oh, they didn't show it in the finals, right? In the semis, so I guess they still can use it. You should definitely get verified on Twitter. You're one of the biggest ESC channels. Well, it's not how, I mean, until now.
Twitter's a very, like, yeah, how it used to work, it's very unique in how they decide who gets verified. It's not always down to, like,
yes,
your actual numbers. A lot of the time, it's sort of a very sort of arbitrary process.
They have other things, like if you have a Wikipedia entry, I don't know. I mean, I technically have a IMDb, so maybe that helps. I don't know. I have 2 entries.
Let's go, Ukraine. Let's brave.
Oh, there is a panda in the arena walking and asking acts and press, will they take part in that action? I didn't know that.
I don't know either.
I'll keep an eye out, but they have not been in the press center, at least not that I've seen, because I have like full view of the whole thing. And I would like to show you, but then I'll show you the screen, and then they're going to burn me at the stake, and I don't want to do that. I want to live.
I absolutely love that visual.
This is just such a good performance overall.
But let's just play with the potential outcome if Ukraine were to win. Do you think they would go to Kiev? I think they would pick a different city this time around, huh?
Yeah, wasn't it like Lviv that was the front runner, and then the final moment it was decided to go?
Wasn't it Odessa? No, I forgot. I could be wrong.
I feel like it'd be Odessa.
I feel like they have options though.
Yeah.
First, the Uber is on me.
Okay.
Hey, if
Isn't it
Kiev's
like
the capital city, then hopefully Odessa's even cheaper.
Oh, that's true. Have you booked your flights to Kiev yet? No, how would we know? We don't know the dates yet. See?
We normally know the dates by now, don't we? This feels like quite late.
Why would we know the dates for Eurovision? Next year? No, we
Yeah,
wouldn't know that.
normally decided it by now.
No, because you don't know who's going to come to the host country. We didn't find out after Eurovision. Probably in the next month or 2.
I thought they always planned it around other international events, though. Regardless.
No, because it comes down to when the arenas are available and all of that stuff. There's certain other parts that come into play there.
Okay.
Gosh, there's so many contenders this year. It's just ridiculous. And that's a lot of like this whole disagreement between jury and televoters, and now it's going to make a messy outcome. Imagine me getting like a winner of like with like only like 300 points.
I think it'll be a low-scoring winner just because it will be shared out.
I didn't say any of that.
Oh, I think she sounded better. It's like if she's like that.
We didn't talk about her voice at all.
Oh, I think she sounded better. She could actually win the televote like that.
Excuse me. That was not related to Ukraine. That was just.
It's so
The
unique
ending
in the
is
competition.
amazing.
The final shot is amazing.
Yeah, that final shot's one of the best. It's a nice shot, first and foremost, but I think it's one of the best we've had for a long time.
I just googled like the biggest handball club in Ukraine because that's usually my go-to to just check the venue of the handball club. But they only have 3,500 seats, so that's not an option. So we're not going to.
Yeah, but Ukraine's got massive like football stadiums and things like that. It's like
but do they have a roof? That's the question.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's why I always go for handball venues first, because
you want to look at just indoor arenas in general.
Especially in countries where handball is quite big, like they usually have quite big venues.
Another pause here again, a little delay here. So for France. So getting probably the Ukraine stage off took a little longer. Do you think we'll get a heart attack when watching live voting results this year? I hope not. That would be very unfortunate. I hope you're talking metaphorically. And I mean, once you get like the jury results in, you at least get a little bit of an idea knowing, okay, this country is kind of out of the running to win it all. So, but yeah, of course, it's always nerve-wracking. Always.
Oh.
Gjon, je suis désolé.
I just look back. Odessa's
Sur le pont.
bid for 2017 was a football stadium where they were going to build a roof, so maybe that's...
Yeah, and I also found a sport complex with 12,000 capacity.
Jacques,
Italy.
dormez-vous, dormez-vous,
In
dormez-vous.
Mariupol.
Sono la mattina, sono la
Anyways,
mattina.
on with the show.
Okay. What will be the Sweden 21 points moment, do you think? The jury faith gets roasted in the televote. Could be potential Sweden again. I'm worried.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tusa was quite popular in the televote in Sweden, so I don't know if that's going to play out
Oh,
across
in
Europe.
Sweden.
I don't know.
I'm going to say it. I feel like it could be France, though.
Yeah.
Like, France could, like, flop in the televote more than people are probably expecting.
Matt
If I had
speaks
to
French.
pick one song, that's it's just a hunch.
First, no, I don't speak French. I mean, I learned French for like 4 years, and then I didn't use it, and so I forgot most of it. But I remember some of the songs that I learned in school. Thanks for all the great coverage. Thank you so much for the super chat, my friend James. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Like, do you know what I really think about France? You remember Sonyu in 2011?
Uh-huh.
The sheer hype around that, people thinking, oh my god, France are going to win, France are going to win, and it bombed.
Yeah, I said that
And
before as well.
I just
When
get
it
the
won.
exact same. I don't think France is going to finish as low. Nowhere near as low. I still think they'll be top 10, but I just get those vibes from it.
I'm sorry, I find that not an accurate comparison. He was vocally very off. He just was flat throughout most of the song, especially in the live show. Even in the jury show, apparently, he did not perform to its full. So there was a major disconnect there vocally. That's one thing we don't have to worry about France here.
I get that, but I think it's the comparison there is that people like, you know, people who are into French music are like, oh, it's wonderful, it's magnificent, it's all Piaf and things like that. But then, you know, there is a demographic for that. But how big is that demographic across Europe?
But again, I don't find it necessarily a fair comparison because you pick one French entry that underperformed when there are plenty of other French songs that there have been who were not as high in the betting odds. So just because it's a French entry that it was popular in 2011, I don't think it's a fair comparison. I understand that you don't necessarily care for it as much and you don't click with it, but I don't think it's necessarily fair just because France had underperformed 10 years ago.
Okay, well you can compare it to say like Patricia Casse then. Like I feel like it could be a very similar result.
Yeah.
I don't see the vast differences between the two personally.
See, I never cared for Patricia Casse song a whole lot. This one is certainly a whole lot better to me. So I think these are often apples and oranges to me personally.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, we're comparing all the time, like even Italy and Finland. Those are apples and oranges as well.
Azerbaijan, right? Yeah.
Yep. Heat Award. I'm glad that stays.
Can I say something controversial?
Yeah.
Always.
Fendi. I find her way prettier and younger without like super much stage makeup. She has a cuteness to her. She looks older when she was stage makeup.
Oh, I agree, actually.
I often find that quite a lot anyway.
Yeah.
I understand why they do it, but it's like you look a completely different person, and I think she looks amazing.
I had
She's
the
so
same
cute.
with the Serbian girls. I
Yeah.
thought they would look very good when they were more casual.
Yeah. Like Cleopatra. Mommy no, mommy no, me no, me no, me no. I always like the song though. I just, wish the staging was a little bit more energetic. But
I think the final 30 seconds of this stage.
have you
is really
seen
good.
that Tix posted a profile?
Matt is frozen.
I thought it
think
was
so.
me that was frozen.
Very flattering sign to be frozen on.
Yeah. Dear.
Tix, you said, right?
We're gonna have to take control of this ship again, I think.
Oh,
Roy.
what a punishment for everyone.
Yeah.
God.
I feel like Matt's asked us a question as well, and we've just like not responded.
Hello.
What happened?
Can you
there?
hear me again?
Yeah.
I don't know. When did you get cut out? When I did get? Well, how long have I been gone for? I was like talking, and I was like,
Yeah.
you guys can at least respond to some of the things I'm saying.
I was waiting for you to like try and work out why we weren't answering questions.
Yeah.
I had the chat in front of me, but there was a delays, I guess. So, yeah. I don't know what the last thing I said, so I'm not going to start over.
Yeah, don't worry.
I know people heard the mummy, me no mum, me no mum I was doing. Probably that was the last thing you heard.
Mum, minimum.
Yeah. So, that was song number 21, right? Yeah, 21.
Yeah,
So we're moving on to Tix now. Of course. Didn't we? Go ahead. Sorry, let me just tell you real quick. I told you that Azerbaijan and Tix Norway would come one after another.
Yeah.
I called it. Go ahead.
I knew it. You know how they were teasing it last night? They were on the live blog. They were like releasing the running order bit by bit, and they stopped Azerbaijan, and I knew that's what they were teasing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I almost like wrote Norway in the article straight away. It's just like, come on. I know it's only like a little nod to us, but it's just, yeah, come on.
It's just,
Bum, bum, bum,
But,
bum.
yeah, all I was going to say is that I find the last 30 seconds of Azerbaijan is really impactful.
yeah, I
But
agree.
I'm just not as convinced by like the rest of it.
Yeah.
In the final.
Oh, he had Tix. So glad that he's in the finals. I got really annoyed at some of the comments on one of our live streams. There were a few people saying, I think it was our reaction video or some of the other videos as well, where they were like totally rooting against Tix because they were kind of fans. Like, I wanted him to lose, not qualify, because I was like, yeah. Jesus
I'm not
Christ,
being
people.
funny. Kino fans, you need to just let it go. Like, it's pathetic.
Yeah.
Like, yes,
I've already been at Eurovision.
I understand you were sad at the time, but this was like February when this happened. It's just like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kino have had their chance at Eurovision. They won the televote. They did all they could do. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Someone else have a go.
And it's not like it's a perfect song either.
No.
Oh.
Matt.
Too loud.
If you must give points, how much will you give to Roy and Sean? I don't know. How many points do you want, guys?
I'm sorry, 0 points.
I'm sorry, Sean. 0 points.
Yeah, I don't know.
How many points do you want, Roy? Okay.
I'm humble. I don't need that much. I know I
Okay.
have myself.
You get enough for qualification. How about that? You'll qualify.
Yes, I'll be the shock qualifier.
The BBC was really rude about Tix in the semis. Is that something you've heard, Sean?
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest, because particularly in the semi-finals, I think they try and aim it at like a younger audience, and they think that let's bash everything. That'll work. That'll make people laugh.
Yeah, they do it in the Netherlands as well.
The whole sort of the viewpoint of people, like, I feel like people in the UK are encouraged to be like that about Eurovision. Like, you go on BBC Eurovision hashtag, and everyone is just trying to be funny about it, and it's just like, it's pathetic, a lot of it. Like, just, I guess I know you can sort of make remarks here and there, but just say you like the song or not.
He's keeping his sunglasses off when he takes them off. He's no longer putting them on.
Yeah, he keeps them off the entire time.
Yeah, the entire time they're still off. I mean, the moment when he takes them off, like for the last chorus. But he's having his eyes closed for the most part.
I love how, like, through the entire process, he's been developing and, like, kind of kept a storyline of his own. Like, he getting a 1, like, with the dice system in Norway, and then just rocking it on his stage outfit in the grand final, and now just taking off his sunglasses. Like, that is a storyline on its own. I love that.
It's like he's grown as a person.
Yeah, he's very confident in himself, and good on him. He deserves that.
I find it funny though, like how the BCBC kind of bashed on Tix, but then the Norwegian were doing the same thing to Blas Canto, and they had to actually issue an official apology.
Yeah,
because they kind of made fun of the song, all that stuff, and it's just like, it's just, why do people do that? We're supposed to be the ones that are inclusive and supportive, not just making fun of everyone.
Yeah,
I feel like it is a problem that
that
people.
as well. Because
Very well.
Yeah, Tix would not approve of that. Every time you want to say something, would Tix approve? You always just sit down. Would Tix approve? And if you say no, don't say it.
Usually we have Jan Smith with Cornald in the commentary booth, and that's already like, they like to talk down on songs a lot when they weren't perfect, and like, okay, fair enough that it isn't perfect, but they were like blatantly rude about it this time, because I don't forgot what his name was. Sander. Yes, I think it's like Sander, whatever. He was not a co-commentator, and he is known to be a comedian, and his like kind of comedy style is like sort of insulting, like in a funny way.
Yeah.
But like, it was just straight up rude, and he talked down so many songs, like, oh, this is never gonna qualify.
No way again. Wrong intro.
I hope you still have like your teeth hanging in your mouth, because that was like appalling, and oh man.
This is, to me, is lazy. That makes you a bad commentator. If you want a comedian, you're funny. There are many ways to be entertaining and funny without going after the songs themselves, the artists, or any shape or form. And anyone I would hear it, I would call them out on that. And I'm gonna point out, because watch like not those who watched Melody Festival in the English version. Our former member Olivia was on there, and Stella, too, a Swede and a Brit person, and they were entertaining, they were funny, but they were not making fun of anyone or any of the songs. It just kind of would play. There's so many other ways, and that makes you a good commentator. Just, that's lazy, and it's just something. It drives me nuts. Sorry.
I know Sander's stick is that he's kind of rude in a funny way, but like, it's so, I get that people enjoy his commentary as well, because in a way it is kind of funny that he's stress talking everything.
It's easy humor. It's such an easy. It's easy.
Yeah, it's a very easy thing, and you will never get rid of the stigma that there is in the Netherlands or in whatever country about Eurovision. Like, as long as commentators will keep on making fun of all the entries, of all the singers, of all the songs, be like, oh, this is never going to qualify, it's going to do shit, then Eurovision will never be elevated to the next platform where everybody will be like, yes, Eurovision is amazing. And like, that is so annoying to me, because Eurovision is so beautiful, and it can become like, I mean, it's already improving every year, and it's just annoying that commentators are like so rude. It's so unnecessary, and it just doesn't elevate the competition at all. It just drags it down unnecessarily, and it's so annoying.
I agree with every single word you said, spot on, word for word, because it's the same in the UK, and it's a self-perpetuating cycle where the semi-final commentators in particular, I don't think Graham Norton is as bad, but admittedly, he's getting the same way as Terry Wogan. And I think it's because people in the UK have the perception that, oh, Eurovision, let's just take the piss out of the whole thing, and that's that has perpetuated for years and years, and that's what people, the BBC know that's what people want to tune in for. A lot of people, but the same old tired cliches about it's political, we're never going to do well, regardless of if we send Adele, One Direction, McFly, Ed Sheeran, etc., Dua Lipa. It's always going to go on unless the whole psyche about it changes, and it starts with the people who are actually in the BBC producing the shows. If they treat it with I get that it's fun and that they need to have a little bit of a rib taking basically, but do it from a level of respect, and then it will go from there.
Yes.
Anyway,
the Netherlands is really good. Sorry
Yeah.
to like it.
Okay,
Sorry
the
to go
person
over it.
that sent in a broccoli emoji, you can get banned.
Yeah.
Ah, fucking screw.
Well, let's not just go right out, because some people don't understand what that means.
Yeah,
So I don't
true.
necessarily.
I'll mute
It's
them
not
for-
everyone is have bad intention doing that. So I want to be careful.
I
with
know
that
what
as
you're
well.
saying, but like by this point, if you follow Eurovision and you know about this song and you're still doing the broccoli emoji thing, get out. Because
But I don't think that's
you
also
just don't.
necessarily true, because there are people asking, how Eurovision. Like, there are lots of new people in here as well who have watched. They don't even understand how Eurovision works.
At least
Yeah.
get a mute, like. And we are in Arnhem.
Matt, what is your opinion on the new boss from the EBU? It's a little too early for me to say, but I'm watching. I'm paying attention. And
He likes pineapple on pizza.
Oh well, then already he's on my good side.
Yeah.
I love him. No. So here is Italy.
I think the most annoying thing about the whole disparaging of the song is that there's so many times these artists are sort of bearing their soul on stage for millions of people, and then all they get back is shit, and it's like, that's the frustrating side. It's like it makes you, no wonder some of these artists don't want to do Eurovision, because they just, all they get is just like abuse.
Well, and that's the difference. There's a difference between criticism and just being bashing something. That is what it is.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate. Because for some of the artists, they also go on stage to maybe get a breakthrough and get a better career out of it. And then maybe they were all slightly vocal. And then if you slam them completely, nobody will look at their music, and it's just a slap in their face extra. While they might already not be satisfied with their performance, it's just...
Yeah.
Yes.
Italy is up there as one of the most complete performances in this contest.
Complete ones?
Yeah, as in it just, the whole package is just really well thought out.
Yeah.
It just translates so well on stage. I am still just concerned about the juries, but like if Eurovision was still fully televote, I could really see Italy being like at least top 2.
Yeah. I wish it was more diverse. Because the chord pattern is the same throughout, and the chorus is also repeating the same line, so
yeah,
kind of grew out of it.
For instance, in Spain, going to Eurovision is sometimes seen as the end of your career, when it should not be like that. It is sad. Yeah, I mean, granted, Spain hasn't sent like any major like successful songs in a while. What's her name? Pastora. She has a pretty decent career, right? In Spain, if I'm not mistaken. But she already was known, so I guess it's a little different.
I mean, El Sueño de Morfeo were quite famous as well, but they came last in Eurovision. I don't know what their career's done since, but they were...
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, this is awesome.
All right. Don't you agree that we need more jurors? 200 people determining 50% of the score is very little. Do you guys think that the number of jurors should be increased? Roy?
Sorry.
Sean?
Yeah, I was just
you
going
go
to say,
first, Sean.
yeah, I was just going to say, I would agree with making it 10 jurors, just to balance out any sort of inconsistencies, because it is easy to sway something with 5 compared to 10.
Yeah.
I guess logistically maybe it's not possible.
That's what they're saying, yes.
But or even if you have the televote have more of an influence on the overall result than it does at the moment, because I feel like the juries are there to sort of balance things out and make it a bit fairer, but then at certain times they do just ruin chances of songs that people really like. And at the end of the day, if Europe likes a song, it shouldn't be negatively impacted by 200, 300 people.
Yeah, but again, the televote is also quite flawed as well. So I understand why we have that. So there's no perfect solution right now.
Either that or you just have to have more of a sort of rule book on who can be on a jury, because there's a lot of times where just being a former Eurovision participant allows you to be on that jury, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you have the same sort of viewpoint as, like, say, like people who work in the music industry day in, day out, that are like at labels and things like that, are probably more impartial than Eurovision artists, I would say.
At least... Sorry,
but like they have to rotate like the jurors like every, I don't know how many years, but like,
every year. You cannot be then for several years. You can no longer be on the jury.
Yeah, like 3-4 years, I believe.
Something like that, yeah. As Lisan is saying, back to this, most of the Spanish contestants, except the ones from OT, are successful and have big careers, but participating brings their reputation down. The ones who do it because they are Eurofans themselves.
Yeah.
All right, well... Yeah, Spain needs to find its groove, kind of like the UK at the contest, because they just haven't figured it out as of late. Because there's so much good music, and then even the national finals, they always pick like that song that you're like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, even Lavenda was a cool song, and then they just thought, oh, we gotta throw everything at the staging, which was totally unnecessary. Same kind of with the UK this year. I think the song is fine, just the staging is very cool.
Yeah. I think recently the only artist that's really sort of gone on to do anything after Eurovision for the UK was Lucy Jones. But it's not like she's in the public eye. She just does a lot of like West End and musicals, and she's really successful at that.
Yeah.
Now I think James will carry on being a singer-songwriter and being really successful as a songwriter, definitely. So I don't have any worries about him, but I think it is a concern in the UK that it can, especially in recent years where we've sent unknown artists, it almost kills the career off before they start. But I feel like if we sent more authentic artists that really believed in their craft, then...
Yeah, the UK has so many cool artists.
Yeah, when you have just...
Someone like a Måneskin, for example, know what they're doing, and they will go on and have a great career. And there are a lot of bands in the UK that could probably do the same thing, go to Eurovision, and carry on.
Yeah, I can name a few immediately. The Hana would be absolutely perfect.
And find just artists that actually have, even if you don't write it yourself, that is fine, but it's your song. Like when we did with Micro Rights or random, like here's a song, we pick a random singer and push them together. It just often does not work out that way. There needs to be some kind of connection. And that's what's often missing. And I don't know what the UK can do. They need to figure it out. I just have a hard time believing that this is the best stick. Even like when the national finals, I'm like, that's the lineup you come up with? It just, I don't know. It's the management.
I feel like we are finally putting the impetus and all of the sort of responsibility onto the artist, rather than the BBC picking what they should and shouldn't do. I feel like James has had a lot more control over his entry this year in particular than maybe other Eurovision artists had in recent years. So I'm glad that hopefully we carry on in that direction, because I think that's how you get successful in Eurovision.
That's why I hope they will be rewarded for this, at least to a certain extent. Because it would be a bummer if that would kind of be like, well, this doesn't work either, So we got one song left in this run through, and that is, say it.
San Marino.
Yes, San Marie. I'm exactly the last one of the night. Let's see, they were not there for the flag parade. Let's see if they're going to show up now.
Wait, when is Georgia performing then?
They will not.
In 2022, Roy.
Good.
Yes.
I hope I like their song. Probably will, because they always send something cool.
Yeah. Let's go here. Let's see if they actually made it to the arena in time.
Well, this show's been live for like 2 hours, so I'd hope so.
I know. You crawled out of bed by now. I'm thinking it must be like the bus must have been late or something like that. That both of them weren't there. But there's in heat already. I'm so happy this is in the finals. You cannot even. It is a good closer.
There is a clue that Flowrider's in this entry. Like you'd like.
What was it? Was it?
Well, he's credited as a songwriter as Dillard Tramar, which is his real name. But like you'd have to know his name to like get that.
Ah, right, yeah.
So he is listed as like a songwriter, but it's not as Flowrider. But I like that he's not on the graphics. I feel like it's a. I wish the commentators wouldn't mention it and just let him show up.
I think at this point it's too late. Everyone knows about Florida if they pays a little bit of attention.
You say that, but there'll still be a lot of people tuning in for the first time tomorrow that won't.
I'm worried this is gonna. I'm not sure how much impact it has actually. It was like almost like this whole Germany 2009. It's Dieter von Teesen or whatever her name was. And I'm like, who the fuck is she? Oh,
yeah.
So
knew you'd get you before the end.
Yeah. Oh, he's rehearsing. He's doing a thing. Give him props. I mean, you would think like a big megastar like him would only show up for the big important shows, but he's always there. Which sounds like a low bar. I get it, but it's still, you know.
I mean, I guess he has to be there for these performances because it's like dress rehearsals.
Yeah. Oh, the screen has some issues. The small screen is off. Ooh. Oh, that can get fixed. But the only reason why everyone is here anyway is because of the fake results coming up. So
yeah,
we get them 3 times.
Right. Yeah, and the family show as well tomorrow.
This is a good closer.
Yes, it is a good closer. It was a good starter and a good closer.
Yeah.
Yay. So now we get to see some of the other stuff. We'll report on how this all going to pan out, what we're seeing, because I think we have Glennis Grace is her name, right? And we have Afrojack, and who am I missing, Roy? Or somebody else, right?
Afrojack was performing Wolf and
Wolf, that was the other one, yes. And Glennis Grace, as I said.
Oh, yeah, Glennis Grace, yeah, okay. Wolf would be a really cool entry for us as well. He's got such a good voice. He makes cool music.
Are you going to stream Family Show tomorrow? We weren't planning on doing that unless there's really an interest, but that's our last moment to pack and stuff. We're on camera a lot, but we'll see.
A lot indeed.
Yes, especially Roy.
No, I gotta watch Formula 1 qualifying.
I feel like Nikki is growing still. Like she looks taller every show. She's like, let's see how my heels.
Yeah,
This stuff.
that's his evolution for when the thought happens.
She's like the most elegantly dressed. Like her biggest dress is like super elegant and big. El Diablo. So we get our recap. We know how that works. So we can answer some questions in the meantime. At ESC United in the chat, either here on YouTube or, of course, our friends on Twitch. Do you think the televote results will be presented like in 2019? The answer is yes. That is the new way. Sean, do you like the new way, or you prefer the old way, out the way the results were presented?
I think the way that they do it now is quite cruel on the artist that like is in that last, that second top two. I would say, the jury winner against whoever's in the lead. I feel it is quite cruel for one of those artists to sort of have it.
Oh, more. All of the ones in the top 10, basically, because all the ones that are in the jury top 10, you get their camera, the facial expressions.
Yeah. Because remember, like Czech Republic and Malta in 2019, definitely those two were like, they were on camera, like to find out that they like flopped in the televote or whatever it was, and it was quite unfortunate. I'm trying to think, how did they do it in 2018? Because it was from lowest to highest in the televote, wasn't it?
Yes, correct. So, once we make it to the top 10 of the televote, that's when they would show them, because at least that's a good moment. Like even if you come like second to last, like kind of like Ukraine was, right, in 2018, they got like 7th in the televote, and they were still like, okay, I'm excited. At least I got a few more points here. Yay. There's a little bit more excitement.
I think the way to do this is a lot more exciting and nerve-wracking, but I feel like it is just sort of fairer on the artists in particular to do it the 2018 way.
Both. So I also lean towards the old system. The pro for the new one is, of course, the excitement level, right? You wait until the last minute. That's the biggest selling point. But number one, it's cruel on the artists, as you said. Number two, it's like, it is, once again, the jury favorites get more attention and focus, while with the old system, we give a little bit more focus also on the top 10 of the televotes. They get the little moment. While when you come like last in the jury vote, or like even like 15th place, you don't get a whole lot of attention unless it's like the Norway kind of situation. So
the big one that stuck out for me was like Moldova in 2017, because everyone was like, oh my god, they're still in it. Oh my god, they are still in it. They kept going up and up and up.
Same for Poland in 2016.
Yeah, and everyone was like, oh my god.
Yep. And they deserve that moment.
I can see the benefits of both.
Huh?
I can see the benefits of both, but I feel like
yeah,
for a TV show, maybe the way they're doing it now is the most exciting.
Matt, which song you think will go in the history from this ESC? Well, whoever wins, I guess. But just look at not even the winner. Do you guys think there is a song that will be like looked at without even like knowing who's going to win, will be remembered?
Well, there's quite
Ukraine is a good shout, because it's like kind of a rave song that we haven't really seen much of in Eurovision before, and the staging is really cool.
I think Iceland will be remembered.
Yeah. Italy, San Marino.
San Marino is a good shout too.
Yeah, that's true.
And Lithuania, I think, as well. And Finland.
So what do you think of Dutch presenters Chantal, Itzilia, Jan, and Nikki? I'm not sure if you guys caught it. I did, but my friends earlier, when I called them to talk a little bit, so I need to confirm. They said that Itzilia made some really strange comments to Stefania. And like, if she would have been a man, it would have been considered inappropriate.
Oh, what, getting her to stand up, was it?
Yeah, like, you're so pretty, I'll be right back. Look at you, that kind of stuff. Something like of that sort. I didn't see it because I was doing stuff. So some people point out that this was not necessarily appropriate, because we would have been a little bit more critical if this was been a man doing that to her. So, but that's the only thing I've heard negatively. Other than that, I think they're just doing their thing. They've been very just like, we're not the stars of this. We're not trying to take attention. We're just announcing it. I don't know if they needed 4 people for this, but yeah, I think they just should stick to 2. But that's just me.
Yeah. I think that they're not falling over each other like they were in 2019 because like they were just a mess between them. They didn't have the understanding of who speaks when and etc. etc. in 2019. I think at certain points.
Yeah. Yeah. People are saying that it wasn't mean-spirited. No, I understand that with Celia, but I'm just saying some people felt it was inappropriate. So, and it is just what it is. Alexander says, do you agree with me that they should switch the way the points are shown? They should start with the televote 1 to 12 and then the jury results at the end to decide it. No, that would be piss people off even more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think they need to go back to the old system. It was so much better.
Yeah.
If you swapped it round, you'd have the jury deciding the whole result, whereas now at least it's like, okay, Europe can still save this kind of situation. So
yeah, and it would give right now there's way more transparency with the juries. Like you can see a country voting for X and Y and be like, oh, that's a bit weird. Whereas if you announce them like, oh, X country gets 137 points, then they can hide behind that, and you can't really see those kind of discrepancies that look a bit odd.
Yeah.
So they definitely shouldn't flip it.
Yeah, that's true. Matt, what do you want to see and not want to see in the next 2020? I have to think this through. I don't know. I'm not even at that place yet to think about 2022. I'm trying to get through this madness first.
more countries.
Yeah.
More diversity in genres.
Yeah.
I think this is a pretty diverse year.
Yeah, it is, but even more. Yeah, though. Oh, yeah, he had a bit of a.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
What?
Tout had a bit of a slip up with the part in the recap.
Yeah. Which song will be canceled out the most by the running order? Do you guys have any thoughts of that?
Cancelled out.
Yes, well, Albania certainly comes to mind now.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Germany's really cancelled out, but I don't know how people really thought about that anyway, in general. I feel like Sweden doesn't feel as impactful where it is, even though it is at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the ones that come to mind, I guess. Yep.
Is this the intellect now?
Yes, I'm looking. There's like a guy just like this thing. Oh, a young boy, or like a teenager.
Young man boy.
Yeah, man, boy. I love it. And he's like standing like at the bottom. Oh, the girl's jumping out the window.
Afrojack featuring Wolf, featuring Glennis Grace. I never imagined that collaboration to ever happen.
So the boy and the girl, they're running away from the dad, from her dad, I guess, towards Eurovision. Your dad is horrible. Let's go see Eurovision together. And the dad is chasing them into the tram, and they're like running away and laughing into the Eurovision.
That did
tram.
not look like a soft landing.
No. So the dad couldn't catch the two. I mean, she has to go home at some point, right? Eurovision movement. Oh, and there's an orchestra playing in the tram on the way to Eurovision, I guess. It's a Eurovision tram. Maybe they're not going to Eurovision.
No, it does say Eurovision on the front, though.
Yeah.
That's the destination.
Oh, no, they're cuddling. Aww. And the dad is still running through the city, chasing the tram. And all the people are like, come on, let's have fun. He's like, ugh. And, yeah. Oh, but no, there's some magic happening there. I don't know what it is. But everyone is concerned now. They're getting off the tram, and they're running hand in hand towards something. Oh, an Afrojack is showing up. And he's like, hey, guys. And they're like, "You're Afrojack." They don't say it, but with their eyes, they're saying it. And now he's at a DJ thing and an orchestra.
It's on the Erasmus.
The song is.
Oh, that's the bridge. That's the Erasmus Bridge. Yeah. And then there comes, I don't know, is that Wolf singing? I don't know who that. I don't know who Wolf is. Is Wolf a singer?
Wolf is a singer, yeah.
That must be
I will
him.
see it in a minute.
Yeah, that must be him then singing, walking towards those two kids who are in love.
How has he ended up on a random DJ booth all of a sudden?
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Yes,
I recognise
that's
him because
cool.
I'm
I
into
hear it
like
immediately.
EDM.
And now the two young kids can dance together and be happy because their dad is not around. Oh, well, there's the dad. Never mind. He's looking at his daughter, and he's like, oh, daughter, what are you doing?
Oh, but this is a song they already.
Oh yeah, this is
Oh
already
no, they're
like
dancing
is it
together.
10 feet
No,
tall?
guys, it's a happy ending. Now the dad is dancing with the two kids because he just see how happy and in love they are, and everyone is happy,
no.
so they're dancing together.
Do I really need a
Yeah.
vomit?
This is one of Afrojack's other songs.
Yes. And now they're looking at the sky and like looking at the stars and like,
oh. Oh, it's a remix. Okay. So it's a 10 feet tall remix from
Yeah.
Afrojack.
and now it's Glennis Grace singing with Afrojack in the back, I guess, doing this. I don't know what he's doing there.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, and now he's on stage. Is he? No.
Oh, they're singing Bulletproof and no, I'm bulletproof. Titanium. I couldn't get to the word.
I love Afrojack. in
That is
background.
the stage.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh my god, the bridge is in Ahoy. What the hell?
Yeah, they did a really good job. It looks like the
That is
Erasmus Bridge, but it's
crazy.
in Ahoy. A Hallmark channel review from ES United Matt. That's basically what it was. It was a little bit Hallmarky. I love that comparison. But yeah, that effect is really cool.
Oh my
It's like
god,
the
now it
biggest
looks like
sort
the
of
stage is
augmented
in the
reality,
water.
yeah.
So Afrojack's still playing one, and then Glennis Grace is singing, and it's fireworks. A bunch of singers on stage with them.
So it's got to be a remix again, right? Because the original is by Calvin Harris and not by Afrojack.
Well, the original is by David Guetta,
It's
right?
David Guetta.
Oh, definitely Guetta,
And-
yeah. Oh,
and
I'm
Sia.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sia, yeah. So
Oh,
now
yeah.
this is
Oh
like a
my
remix.
God.
Here. Well,
Yeah,
he's not
for
Dutch,
sure.
so why would he know? How could he know, possibly?
Woo! Yeah, it's basically 3 big room house remixes of already existing songs. Well, the first one, I'm not sure if it was existing already.
I'm so glad that they like recognized like Dutch influence on EDM.
Yeah.
It really needed a DJ.
Yeah. And the Venga Boys. Where are the Venga Boys?
Well, they're not even a big thing anymore.
I don't care. I want the Venga Boys. The Venga Boys are
There's a good interval like that.
Yeah. Very Dutch. Very big room house. Very Afrojack. I
So,
need festivals again.
Roy,
Afrojack wrote Titanium apparently.
Roy,
Yeah.
we're only talking about the 26 finalists, okay? Only the
Mhm.
26 finalists. Who do you want to see win the fake results?
The fake results.
Yes, only the 26 finalists, so don't you dare.
I want Belgium to win the fake results.
Okay, Sean, who should win the fake results?
The UK.
Okay.
Well, I'm never gonna fucking see the real thing, am I? So may as well see it now.
Okay. Well, let me see who I want to see win it. I want Moldova to win it so people get even more confused.
I will say this. In a recap, Albania comes out stronger than Cyprus.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
Life is on my mind. All right, so we got a little bit more of interval acts, but they're moving pretty fast because the show started 5 hours ago. No, when was it? 2.5 hours ago.
20.
2.5 hours ago. So, can I read you guys something? Destiny will be the 6th performer on stage out of 26 countries performing at Rotterdam Ahoy. Taking to Facebook after the announcement of the running order, her manager Howard Keith de Bono said that the European Broadcasting Union and the host country had made it crystal clear that the...
And he's freezing.
So there, I knew...
I missed that bit.
Yeah, he's freezing.
Yeah, Matt, we missed that bit.
How about now? Better?
Yeah. Start
Okay.
again.
Okay. Destiny will be, so this is a statement, Destiny will be the 6th performing, right? And taking to Facebook after the announcement of the running order, manager Howard Keith de Bono said that the European Broadcasting Union and the host country had it made crystal clear that the running order will never give small countries like Malta a chance. So while that statement is not technically accurate because San Marino is last, I knew that this would cause upset because they were one of the favorites. And
bullshit. Like me and Sean said, like when you were gone, then Malta has such a good running order because it's like the first big song that people will go like, wow.
But again,
for that.
You keep forgetting the statistics. You're just going by subjective opinion. Like, look at the
but
numbers.
The statistics are also kind of like irrelevant. Like they're made up by the running order people who make the running order.
But that doesn't make sense. How are statistics and numbers made up?
Because they're now being skewed by the fact that the running order will generally follow what they do. So the statistics are there, yes, but every year now you're going to put the bigger favourites towards the end. So the statistics are only going to get more and more skewed in that direction.
Yeah, and let's say, for example, we have all of the big favourites first half. Well, then you have to put it somewhere. Like maybe Switzerland, Iceland, Greece, Portugal were all top 4 in their semi-final, and like you'll have to put them somewhere, and Malta stands out where it is. So like, get over it.
I disagree with that statement. Actually, again, I am the numbers-driven kind of guy. Facts, numbers, and but then your statement doesn't make sense. You're just saying it stands out. You said it just stands out. That's what you're saying, right? You're not saying that the numbers though don't support your statement. And I'm not saying you cannot do well, because you can. Because look at Russia coming second place in the televote in 2012, right? Yeah. And that's honest, you can do well. But the point is, could have they even done a whole lot better if they would have been performed later, right? Because
then you came into the...
Norway. Let me just finish. Norway came first in the semis in 2018, performed early in the finals, flopped. Same for Israel in 2017. So there are so many examples where it just has an impact.
But then you still have the fact that, let's say Switzerland won the semi-final. Well, Switzerland is towards the end. Do you want Malta to be next to Switzerland immediately? Like you could throw, with your argument, you could throw Malta with all the big favorites that are like kind of clumped up together towards the end of the first half. Or you could have it where it is right now, where it stands out among the other songs that are maybe less of a favorite. Like I think Malta stands out a lot, and it just makes sense to me.
But I think regardless, the whole dynamic of a semi-final to a final, it shifts anyway. For a semi-final, you've got maybe 20 countries voting for 17 songs, and they've got to make top 10s. So it's much easier to be in the top 10 of more countries in a semi-final. In the final, you've got 26 songs and 39 countries voting. So the whole dynamic just shifts completely anyway. The semi-final is about getting to today's show, and then you've got to see what happens. But if the song is strong enough, it doesn't matter where in the running order it's going to be. Like Conchita, Rise Like a Phoenix would still have won if it had opened the show. If a song is strong enough that it's going to win anyway.
But that's a subjective opinion. That's not based on facts. That's just your right. That's what I'm talking about. The numbers just don't support that kind of And you may be right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just talking about statistically, not just going back to the producer running order, even before that. Yeah, and people can bring up the case Turkey in 2003 won, right? But that song should also, you make a case, what was should have won by a landslide. Would have done a whole lot better if it was early in the beginning. So that's the issue they're talking about. Since we've had the televote in particular, has been just statistically an issue performing earlier. There is a reason why no one wants to be at the end.
But then basically what you're saying is like put all of the songs that perform poorly like in the beginning of the show and like then switch it up and have like towards the first half like the bigger guys. Like that would be such a weird way of doing it as well, because then it's so obvious that like all of the ones coming first, oh, they did badly already, so we should just completely forget about it, and like that makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, this point is that that's why they need to have a random order. That's the whole thing. Because when you are Malta, you get the feeling, okay, why are we getting punished, getting in 6th place, and then putting other countries in a better position, especially they feel we already got punished in 2019 going first. So that's in their mind. And I'm not saying they're right. I'm just saying that that's the issue with the producer-driven running order. There is that thing of perception. And Malta feels like they're being a victim of it. Whether or not that's accurate is a different story, of course. I'm not saying even they're right, because they're clearly wrong with this whole, they don't like small nations and all that stuff, because that's stupid.
Well, that whole statement you just read out, that's just a load of bitterness and bullshit.
Yeah.
And whoever it is in the delegation, because, he's literally not even looked at the running order to make that conclusion, because obviously San Marino's the smallest country in the contest, and they're closing the whole goddamn show. Mm-hmm. So... that's not even based on statistic or fact, regardless. But I think just the whole thing I'd say about it is that yes, the statistics are there. Yes, they are pretty damning, but you can only really use statistics to back up arguments like that. It's not a be all and end all, which is the point I really want to make. Is that yes, you are more likely probably to do well or get a slight bit of a boost if you are later in the show. But I think what the delegations need to worry about, that they know the rules of this coming into this. They knew as soon as 2019, 2018, whatever, this rule's been here for years now. So they know exactly what they're getting in for when they sign up every year. If you make your song strong enough that it doesn't matter, then it becomes an irrelevant conversation. It's just something that people sort of fall back on as a crutch to explain why they underperformed.
I know what else to add to that. I think bring the producer, the random order back. That would save a lot of issues.
That's the only way you fix this. That's the only way you fix this, because otherwise you open anything that's like produced or semi-rigged in this way is always going to come for criticism. Like I wouldn't be surprised if the Albanian delegation had a complaint today, because obviously they've been put in the death slot twice in a row. Now. You could argue Albania is also a small country in terms of this, and they could feel that they're hard done by as a small country put to one side. Cyprus opening the show, I could see the justification there as well, saying Cyprus is a small country, but that's what you're always going to open yourself up to. And as long as they've committed to this, they're never going to make all 26 finalists happy, because someone's always going to be pissed off by something.
Yes.
Yeah, and doing it completely random will also be not the ideal solution, because you could have the situation where you have 10 ballads in a row and then like all of the up-tempo songs afterwards. Like statistically, that is the possibility. And like you also have the thing with big props having to move in and out, like that has to be accounted for as well. So like I totally get that they have to do it producer driven, and I think it makes sense. I know it's flawed, but like there's so many things flawed in Eurovision, and just got to deal with it, I guess.
I strongly disagree with that sentiment again, but that's where we're just very different. It was never really an issue in the past. It just made it an issue because felt like the show wasn't flowing nice enough.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's again, that is also just a subjective opinion. They in 2011 was like the thing where they're trying to point out it was for decades it was an issue, and now all of a sudden it was an issue, and there will always be that optics issue, even if it's the most genuine feeling. As I said, people are thinking now Martin Usa coming in, giving Sweden this sweet second to last spot, right? Again, it could be wrong interpretation, but the point is people think what they think when people get involved with the aspect of something that should have been random.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
fair
is,
enough.
and then you can say,
Anyway, we could argue the toss over this for hours. So like,
Yeah.
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 I think we've said what we've said, and obviously we've reacted to the what Malta have said, but it's never going to be perfect the way it is.
No.
Yeah.
But if just to sort of bring it back to the show anyway, at the minute they're doing this, is it like Eurovision taxi type thing where they're taking the winners around Rotterdam in a taxi with Atelier. So speaking to like, is it Lenny Kerr and Izar Cohen?
These are the same
Eurovision.
former winners that they had in the first and second semi, right?
Yeah.
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 I think so.
Like those little clips that you saw, they're all now driving in cars with Itzelia.
Yeah.
It's just a carpool karaoke with winners and Anxhela. And Anxhela puts
They've got
on
Lordy masks.
a hard rock hallelujah mask.
Here we go. Now we're back on stage with Itzelia. And any questions you have, by the way, at ESC United. And we'll go from there.
Someone in the press centre chat just said, never let Anxhela drive. She's not big on looking where she's going.
Here we go. Who do you think came 10th in the semifinals? Oh, I don't even want to guess. Of course, the obvious answer is the surprising qualifiers, or perceived surprising qualifiers, are immediately perceived to being the borderline ones. So in Semi 1, people will say Israel. In Semi 2, they will say Moldova. But I don't know if that's really the case. Think of, again, San Marino 2019. No one really thought they did actually quite well. I mean, they finished top 10 in the finals in the televote.
Yeah. I'd say Israel and Moldova, then they probably ended up finishing 5th in the semi-final. Because that tends to be what happens.
Yeah. So we're approaching the fake results hopefully soon. We're just getting some more history at Eurovision. I cannot hear everything that they're playing, but these are definitely clips from like the olden days, like 70s, looks like it right now. Based on the haircuts.
And they just cycle the voting number in at the bottom.
Yeah. So, it's sometimes weird when you see all these camera shots of the audience. I'm like, oh, I know them. Not all of them, of course, but they're like at least two people I recognize. All right, you're still here, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, just
Every time you get quiet, I'm like,
I'm trying to work out what this segment's about.
Okay.
Is it just about the crowds? Yeah. Must be. It's just filler, basically, isn't it? This?
Engelbert Humperdinck, Celine. Oh, they have all these different. You see a lot of former Eurovision stars just showing really quickly, and the fans. Probably talking about the fans are like really what gets Eurovision going. I can't hear really what they're saying. Actually, the voting is still open, the voting line, so we're not even close to the fake voting yet. Although, actually, it could be because they can close the lines and they can just start the jury voting.
Yeah. It's like a thank you to the crowds, even though they can't be there.
Yep, that's true. I keep forgetting about that because I don't even. I'm so used to this
Obviously,
current
there is a
environment
crowd
here.
there, but not, not like a sweaty OGAE mob or whatever it is. I was going to say something else, and I was going to say Matt's word for it, but
What? You can say what?
Your name for like the golden circle or whatever it's called.
Oh,
Eurovision.
yes. I know what you're talking about. So we're getting another recap that gives us time to answer some questions, either on YouTube or Twitch at ESC United. Let us know. Do you think that the Big Five should participate in the semis?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, absolutely. I think it's only fair, but unfortunately, the real world has a little bit of a say here. Not just the financial impact, of course, but could you imagine the Big Five? Most of them, all of them, let's say, not qualifying. Look at the viewing figures of everything that's going to happen. They will be down so much. And there would be the sponsorship affected by it. So there's so many factors come to play. I wish in the real world that should be the case. And maybe it will be at some point. But right now, it's just not an option. It sucks. I get it. It does suck.
Yeah, I know I'm biased with this question. As much as I would like to actually experience what it's like to go through, because I think you do, particularly at least in the fandom, you do get the momentum if you go through, and I think it would help our artists as well. But it's just, particularly with the way that the BBC have done things, we would be in very few finals recently, and it would just really impact on people's perceptions. I mean, in the UK, the perception's bad as it is. Imagine if we didn't even make it to the final. Like, it would just be the calls to just come out of the contest would be too strong. So, yeah, and I think it'd be replicated across the board. I think Italy's the only one you could probably get away with putting in the semi-finals, because they'd still come through every year anyway.
Yeah.
The way that they've been performing.
Even if they don't, they would have a different attitude.
Yeah, people don't realise a lot of the time that without the Big Five, there's a lot of other countries that would withdraw because they just can't afford it. If they had to share the load, from their drop in finances, there just wouldn't be. Like Croatia is a fine example. I think Portugal, I could see probably dropping out as well, just not being able to afford. Romania, there's a lot of broadcasters that are on the breadline with a lot of things, and they have to have sort of reduced rates to be even in this.
Yeah,
exactly.
And just viewing figures is the biggest thing, because imagine, for example, Germany or UK both not qualifying. There are so many people living there and so many people watching that. Like that just so drastically downvotes that entire Eurovision then. So no.
I know and I get it. It sucks because it feels unfair, and in some ways it is. But it is true, without them, this probably wouldn't be happening, so a lot of countries wouldn't be here at Eurovision. So take the good with the bad, I guess. Would you like to see the national language rule brought back, even just for a year or once every few years? Everyone is shaking their head. I like the encouragement of people singing in their native tongue, but any impact or limitation of artistical freedom, I say no. Could you imagine someone I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Ilse de Lang, she always sings in English, right? Even in the Netherlands, right? The songs I've heard from.
She also had songs in Dutch, yeah.
Okay, I've only heard, but there are artists, especially certain rock bands from Finland, they always sing in English. Could you imagine that, now you're forced to sing in Finnish? I never sing in Finnish.
So it channel specifically said in the past they'd never sing in Finnish because it's not an international. They want to be an international band, so they'd never get the audience. Unless they sang in English.
Yes, if you want to make an international impact, particular, yes, and you want to give them that creative. I would love the idea of more people singing in their native tongue because I love it. But any kind of rule, no.
Yeah, just to point out on that fact though, I think 4 of the top 5 in the betting odds are in the native language. That fifth one is Malta as well. So obviously they are still speaking in their native language. So no, we don't need a rule. But I think there's a lot of, over the last couple of years in particular, I think a lot of the broadcasters have seen that you can do well in your language. And I think if the broadcasters decided to implement them rules and follow them through, then it would happen naturally. But I don't think you should restrict it from the top.
Yeah, just takes away from the creative freedom of artists, and like
Yeah.
it's just unfortunate because you should just give artists freedom and no restrictions at all, because then usually you get the best products from those artists. So
Yeah. In Portugal this year is a strong example because I couldn't imagine that song in Portuguese having anywhere near the impact that it does.
no, and like you can have rules. For example, I think Estonia has a rule where if you send a song in English, you have to pay more money to submit it than if you have it in Estonian. So you can have like national broadcasters have like a little bit of rules in that, but you shouldn't make it like a must.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine Arcade being sung in Dutch.
Yeah.
It's like hard to imagine. So.
This is the Rock the Roof thing that they're going on about.
Exactly. Sing in the language. Yeah. I mean, I do get, I wish people who don't speak English well or never perform in English, then it seems more authentic if they stick to their own language, right? Rather than this whole weird English that they use. But at the same time, I understand that as well. So it's a toughie. I get it. I hear what you guys are saying, but in reality, kind of sucks sometimes.
Oh, that's cool.
Another Mansamalo? He was in the semis. I thought we were going to stay away from all these.
No, but the interviews in the semi-finals were for this performance.
Mm-hmm. But
But
he's
when
on
he
the
gets
rooftop, so he's not Manselma Low anymore, but Manselma
He's Manselma High. Get it?
Oh dear.
So now, actually, Ding a Dong is performed by Teachin.
Oh, it's a bit of a remix here.
Well, yeah, I think they're going to have a slightly more modern version. Ding a dong every hour when you pick it. Looks like they're all the original bands. It's so cool. It makes me happy seeing them. I mean, that was 46 years ago when they won. Guys, your photos are in the Romanian media. Yes, we saw. I tweeted about it.
And I was cut out of it. What the hell?
But I didn't like how the article was a little bit deceiving, though, to be fair. And here's Gemma Levy, Belgium, 1986, Sandra Kim. She was 13 years old then. And she said she was 16. I think that made her sound like older. She'll probably be the youngest winner ever. Because I don't think we'll ever go down in age.
Sandra Kim was like 13, right?
Yes, 13.
Yeah. Oh, that was good.
The only win for Belgium. They're overdue for another one. It's just kind of because Belgium was one of the originals, right? From 1956. I mean, of course, they missed a few years here and there, but for the most part, they were always there. So the fact that they only have one win, it's like, come on. Even Germany has two. And they kind of suck at Eurovision. So it's going to happen again when the time is right.
Somehow Italy's only got two still.
Yeah, but they also were gone for so long. If they would have been stuck around from like the mid 90s until like 2010, I'm sure they would have had another win in there at least.
Yeah, you'd have to say though, since they've come back, they've deserved at least one somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
From their performances.
And now that's the Troubadour, Lenny Kaur. Roy hates that song. He loves that song. I'm being sarcastic.
Who? Oh, me.
I'm talking to Boris when chimed in here.
Oh, yeah. The Troubadour is my favorite Dutch song ever. And maybe even my favorite winner as well.
The Troubadour. She's even there with her guitar. I love having the look back, the old days. We had 4 winners that year. That is just the reason why so many countries withdrew the following year. Because they didn't have tiebreakers back in the day. Like, ties? Oh, that'll never happen. We'll be okay. And then had a 4-way tie.
I feel like they need to have 4 winners this year to keep everyone happy, though.
I know, right? And next up is Greece, Elena Paparizou. 2005 for Greece.
Oh, I love this video.
It's always weird to see, like, you know, the old classics winning. I'm like, I remember this Eurovision. I'm like, it's not cool.
Yeah, but I love that, like, we go way back as well now.
Yeah,
like,
60s.
Not just like recent winners. Like,
Mhm.
even Elena Paparizou has not been on many Eurovisions. Or
Not in a while,
Ruslana hasn't been featured that often either.
You're my lover. I remember in 2005, I was so pissed that Malta didn't win. I'm like, this Malta was robbed. I'm like, this was a good song, obviously. Oh, and guess who's next? It gets really loud, and they look very scary.
Oh yes.
Finland, 2006, Lordi, Hard Rock, Hallelujah.
No way. Full with masks?
Yes.
Oh, yes. My little me is going to be so happy.
Oh, that's my favorite winner of the 2000s.
Yes.
And I will say, I mean, it's been 15 years, so it's like a little light to brag. But the song wasn't very popular in the beginning, right? Until the semis came around. I'm like, was my number one from day one.
I love how like
When I
he
heard
looks older, even though it's like a costume.
Spring that hard rock, hallelujah.
I think Lordi might have been one of the most influential winners in Eurovision, just because they showed to the entire world you can also win with something so completely different.
Yes,
Without doubt.
absolutely.
And it showed to like a lot of countries that were like unlucky that they could also do it, because Finland had never won, obviously.
So here we go. The still voting lines are still open. How long are they open? I thought they were only open for 15 minutes. Maybe they're open longer. Okay, well, keep voting, people. Fake vote. Pick up your fake phone and vote for your favorite.
But for Georgia.
Okay, that joke is over. Remember, we retired Georgia jokes.
No, I'm sorry. It's still in my system.
Oh, they're showing the Duncan performance now.
Oh. What was the first Eurovision you all vividly remember watching? Roy?
Well, technically it's a junior Eurovision because I was a little kid. But the big Eurovision, my first memory is literally Hard Rock Hallelujah. And I remember the day after either asking my mom, did the Monsters win? Or her telling me the Monsters have won. And I was so happy, like a little kid, like, yes, the Monsters won. That's my first Eurovision memory.
Sean?
Do you know, that's the exact same memory I've got, funnily enough. But I think vividly remember was 2007. Obviously, I watched the year after. That was like the first time I'd really watched the whole thing, start to finish. And yeah, hooked ever since.
Mine was 1998. So I remember that one. Daniela from Croatia, my first Eurovision song. They call me very small, babe. Anyway, so here is Duncan Lawrence not performing in the arena, but it's a recording from within the arena, right? Oh no, it doesn't look like the. I'm not sure.
Could be like a live on tape performance.
I mean, it has to be live on tape, but I don't know if you see it in there.
Yeah, but like, I don't know when they would have recorded this. I know it is in the arena.
It sounds different from the rest audio-wise.
It looks good though, so it doesn't look weird.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Do you think if Arcade would be a huge favorite this year, like in 2019, or you think Duncan would have more trouble to win this year? Like, picture Duncan Lawrence in the year 2021. You think he would be just as big of a contender, or he would be at more trouble?
Yeah, I think he would be the favorite again.
Yeah, I think he'd win.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, it's hard to say. It's so hard to say, But I think he would either be the favorite or right up
Arcade is
there
a
again.
special song. I do feel that.
It would have been tough again because again, he didn't win by much. It was a close call. So it's tough. So it would have been probably tough again, but I think he would have been one of the favorites for sure.
Someone in the chat was born during Eurovision 1995.
Wow. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm sure the parents must have been really mad. Like, we love you, child, but this is really bad timing. Because they still had VCRs back then, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this new song, The Duncan, it's on the new music releases Spotify playlist in the UK, which is quite cool because you wouldn't normally put a Eurovision winner there. So it's definitely going to get exposure.
I've never heard this song.
It's literally just been released.
It's a pretty song. I actually like his new song. It's always the bare minimum that they can do, give the artist a chance to promote their new song on there.
Yeah.
I know what happened.
Why you do this?
I know what happened. I know what we were saying. Oh well, that was probably a lie.
That's probably a lie.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Like, if you don't remember,
the only thing they can do is give the promotion for their songs.
Yes. Again, here comes the joke. The Greeks at it again. No. It's just sometimes it refreshes the internet. Gotta love it. Do you already see any countries possibly withdrawing off their poor semi-final NQ? I could see Romania dropping out after 3 NQ or Croatia. What do you think, Sean? Do you think that could happen? Oh, Sean's not there. I don't think Romania knows that that's a great platform for them, and already, whatever happened, they're not even blaming the EBU or Europe. They find different people to point fingers at. I'm pretty sure they'll be back, right, Roy? Do you see Romania withdrawing?
I think they'll be back. Unless there's financial issues or something, I think they'll be back. I don't think the result that they got this year is going to discourage them or are going to.
No, they kind of saw it coming. They all saw it coming. I'm trying to think if there's any country. I'm hoping that Poland would be the only one that would first come to mind, even though they were clear none. But Poland seemed to be we just put something forward at the very last minute. They seem to be a lackluster effort. I'm trying to think who else. No, I don't think anyone will withdraw unless for other reasons.
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way, Alexander, for your super chat. I know Matt's 90s favorite is Kiara, but how about Roy and Sean? Mine is Rock and Roll Kids. I don't think, actually, that's not quite accurate. It's not my favorite. It's my favorite that year. But I'll tell you my favorite in a second. But let's go with you first, Roy. Do you have a favorite 90s song?
I really love Rock and Roll Kids. That is a very good shout. I also really like We Giving a Party.
Oh, they're giving a party. No, I love it too.
Yeah, I really love it. What other song was there that's super not known that I really like? Oh, it wasn't Zuli in the 90s, or is that 80s? That's 80s. Never mind.
What? Which one?
Zuli is in the 80s.
Julie, yeah, 83.
Yeah.
Julie.
Yeah, I'll go with Julie.
Sean.
I just recently started rewatching all.
Your favorite song from the 90s? You have one.
I do have one. I'm just going to think.
Okay. Well, I can only tell you my favorite winner of the 90s, which is always a random one. Go ahead.
I'm going to pick something I mean, who are just a little bit probably the right answer. But I'm going to say Love City Groove.
Ooh.
Just because it's such a... I do think it's a really cool song. It's not for Eurovision at all, but I did really like that.
Okay. I will actually. I can only pick. I'm just going to pick winners because there's so many good songs. Other winners, my favorite is actually Italy 1990 Insieme. I love that one,
Oh.
2 pieces.
I also think
The
Dinley is fantastic.
Dimla was amazing. It's my favorite Turkish entry to this day.
Yeah.
So yes. So now the voting has completed. Now they're doing interviews again in the green room, just in case.
Me and Sean exactly synchronized drinking our water.
That's how we do it here. So any questions either on Twitch or ESC United on YouTube at ESC United, so we can see them. And in just a moment, we'll get to the fake results because we all love those. And as a reminder, tonight is the jury show. Hope to see you there for the big nerve-wracking results. A show. I mean, results we want to get, but results. Because, if somebody messes up, the juries may downgrade them for that.
We're just about to tick past 3 hours of the show now.
Yeah. They want to be under 4 hours, so we should be done soon. Oh, they're going already to Martin Osterdahl.
Yeah.
So we're getting the jury results right here, right now. Are you excited, guys? Say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say yay. All right. That sounded so much more. But sorry for another time.
Are you going to cover the points from your end, Matt?
Oh, it's probably
The big
best.
point.
Are we going to see the spokespersons already tonight? Right now?
Yes. No. We don't. Usually they have. They often shorten it as well. To be fair, they do like the first 5 test runs and then they add all the other ones real quick. Tonight during the jury show we will have a proper run through. Today I expect like a stand-in doing like the first individual 3 results and then they just give us the final results. Yes, Martin Osterdahl. Let's wait. Do they do a winner reprise after the fake results? They play the music in the back. They don't really sing, or like, and you have to stand in just kind of pretending kind of thing. Yes.
Do you not remember Anchor from 2011 doing Me Newman?
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. Someone from 2011. That's all I heard.
Anke.
Oh, Anke Engelke.
Yes. Bye, Sean.
Oh,
Here we go. You froze. Yeah, I heard.
singing as well.
Oh, what were you saying? Anke from 2011. Oh, wait, here are the results. Sorry. Norway gets 10. Greece gets 8 from Israel. Israel is first voting. Israel is the first country to vote.
Yeah, last time.
Gives 10 to Norway, 8 to Greece, 7 to France, 6 to Finland. So Israel will be the first vote of the evening. And they're going to give that then Sweden 5, Spain 4, Lithuania 3, Germany 2, and 1 to Malta. And Moldova gets 12 points. There's the one I wanted to win. 12 points.
I like seeing the flags in the first bit, by the way.
Yes.
I love this scoreboard.
Me too.
It's a really
A lot of
nice
people
scoreboard.
didn't like it. It's really interesting because you're like definitely not.
It's really
Poland,
clean.
Poland is second. Poland is the second country to vote. They gave 10 points to the UK, 8 to Cyprus, 7 to Italy, 6 to Bulgaria, and the 12 points go to, by the stand-in, to 12 points go to Azerbaijan. Gets 12 points from
10.
Poland.
Woo!
That's what I said. You're not listening?
I was watching.
Hey. Yes.
Okay. All right. So the third country to vote is San Marino. Third out of 39 countries. Another stand-in. The 10 points go to Greece. 8 points go to Finland. Greece is currently in the lead. And then 7 points to Lithuania. But the 12 points go to Malta.
Really couldn't be further from
Malta
what we have
is now tied with Greece in first place. Both have 18 points. Greece and Malta. The fourth country to vote is Albania. And they give 10 to Belgium, 8 to Malta, 7 to the UK,
Yeah.
6 to Switzerland. San Marino, Serbia, Russia, and Albania, the only countries left with 0.
I love it when the stand-ins get really involved in it as well.
Yeah. Someone's asking, do I show the names of the spokespeople? They're not on screen. They probably say the names. 12 points go to Finland. So now Malta and Finland tied in first place with 26 points. And Malta is next to vote. They're going fast. Malta is the 5th country to vote and giving 10 to Lithuania, 8 to Italy, and 7 to Cyprus. Now, Finland is in the lead with 29 points. Finland currently leader. And the 12 points from Malta go to Spain. Spain gets 12 points now at 25 points. Estonia is the 6th country to vote tonight. And UK, you get another point. And San Marino gets 6 points. And Netherlands gets 4. There you have it. Now, Finland and Norway tied in first place with 29 points. It is nerve-wracking. It's super close.
Wow.
But the 12 points go to Azerbaijan. Another 12 points for Azerbaijan.
Tix will be happy.
Well, he's not too happy. He doesn't have that many points, I think, in the running right now. North Macedonia
29.
is 7th country to vote. Again, 10 points for Belgium, 8 for Switzerland, and 7 for San Marino. And the 12 points from North Macedonia go to France. That puts France actually in the lead with the jury vote. 36 points. Azerbaijan is voting next. Got 10 points for San Marino and 8 for Italy and 7 for Moldova. San Marino catching up. Remember, this is fake.
Russia's still on 0.
Only Russia. Russia's the only one at 0. Iceland has 1, Portugal 2. Because
you're
Albania
ahead of us.
Albania got 4 points now.
Oh.
But Azerbaijan gives 12 points to Russia, right?
Al and Nikki and the Azerbaijani.
Yeah.
spokespeople.
Finland gets 12 points from Azerbaijan. Now they're in the lead with 46 points.
This background jingle is very boring.
What's boring?
The background jingle.
Why are they introducing the jury points when they call the countries that they vote instead of peoples? The people vote represents the country more than the 5 random people. I can get into it because if you do it the other way around, people get upset that the juries overtake televotes. That's why. That's why the televote will be at the end. If you would have the other way around, you would be kind of annoyed that the juries come in and be like, nope.
Yeah.
It's all just, that's basically what it is.
I was vibing to the boring background.
So now we have a break in the voting, which makes me think either there's an issue or they're just going to jump to the last country in the vote just to kind of move on. That's what they've done in the past. But as of right now, 12 points for Finland, and they are in the lead in the jury vote. And someone asking, is the voting the same as in 2019? Yes, it will be. But let's wait for it. So I feel bad for the lady now who's doing Finland because the camera's been on her for 2 minutes now. Yeah. She's like, hi. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
I feel like they're going to skip ahead.
Yeah. There's now Nikki also in the green room. At least we know the tally board is working. Somebody says, yes, technology seems to be working fine. There just seems to be a little delay right now. But again, that is very, very common. So saying Kirkorov has even impacted the fake voting because of Moldova's 12 points.
I do really like the scoreboard. I think the graphics are really nice.
I don't have an
think
issue
so
with it
too.
either. It is very, I wouldn't call
So
it
clean.
retro. It's very retro. Like the graphics are not like very like fancy. It's just blocks basically, very blocky. But it
Yeah.
makes it very like it's easy to see the points and where they are. It's just not as like fancy technologies and graphics and blending. This is very just like straightforward. And sometimes that works best when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of people will not like it. I cannot hear what they're saying, but there's someone talking. Maybe you guys. Huh?
Well, all that's happened here is that they've shown the top three
Okay.
on the screen. So this must be like when they go to the green room and say, "Oh, how are you feeling? You're winning at the moment, etc., etc."
Okay. So someone's asking, has the fake winner ever won the real final? I don't remember. Do you remember Sean at all? It's just something that
I don't think so. No.
I don't recall. I could be, but because we have 3 fake winners. Come on, peeps. Do you have any surprise shock qualifiers or non-qualifiers? We talked about that before, Trini. We're going to talk about that in a little bit as well again. I think Israel and Moldova were probably in each semi. There's more of surprising ones, but even they were not like total shockers. There was not like a San Marino 2019 kind of scenario. Because I think anyone in the who was in the top 11 in the betting odds, they were all in the top 11, I think, the qualifiers, if I'm not mistaken. So it was really close. So we're still waiting. Reminds me of the 1991 scoreboard, if it's the same in the first host rehearsals last week. Yes, they're the same ones that you saw before. So you don't... yeah, that should be it. So there's this really awkward pause right now, people. So you need to entertain us with questions or thoughts. Otherwise, Sean and I have to talk about it. How's the weather, Sean?
It's raining.
It's raining.
But I'm
Okay.
in the UK, so it's always raining.
I know that was the dumbest question I've ever asked in my entire
When
life.
it has been raining all week. It's been terrible weather.
Yes. And
Right.
especially for someone for me coming
I
from...
imagine Rotterdam's probably quite similar, to be fair, because obviously it's not far away.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't raining earlier. No, it started to drizzle a little as I was coming in. So yeah, but I have no windows. I have no clocks really. It's like a casino. It's just, you just don't even know how time progresses in here. Oh, we got a new screen at last. Gosh, that only took 5 hours.
It's sunny and dry here, but just a bit windy now.
Okay, now we're back in the green room with Zelia. And they're talking to France. Let me listen what they're saying. I assume that means that France won the jury vote in this fake result. Just a guess on my end. I can't hear it well.
Jeez.
So we see France is in the lead with 115 right now. So these are not the final results. Finland was second, and then I couldn't see the rest. I think I saw Lithuania, but I'm not sure.
We'll try and catch it.
Oh, Lithuania's third. UK is fourth. Spain is fifth.
Oh my god.
I know. 115, 106, 101, 87, 83. That's the point distribution as of right now, which I think is maybe just a halfway point. I don't know. Or maybe it's really just...
France, Finland, Lithuania, UK, and Spain.
How does it feel,
That's
Sean?
definitely a fake result.
I wouldn't mind this result at all. I love the top 4. So I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Stop the vote. Hashtag. Stop the vote.
Oh, I'd love you to stop the vote right now, honestly.
Drink it in, folks. The UK won't be that high in the finals. Come on, not good, Chris. Be optimistic. Be positive. Maybe the juries really just have a heart. Okay, I said something inappropriate. Really big affinity with that song.
If I was allowed to.
It's okay, but now we're moving on after the interview with France. Because now we're moving on to something.
Oh, these interviews are so awkward.
Oh, Russia is last in 6 points. Ukraine second to last, and Portugal, Albania. So Malta is 6, Norway 7, Israel 8, Italy 9, Azerbaijan 10.
How far into the voting is that?
I couldn't tell. They just showed the scoreboard. At least I didn't see it. Are they done with the voting?
Halfway through the voting. 22 of 39 countries.
Oh, okay. Because now Germany is voting, and they're the 23rd. So we had the 23rd point, and that's Malta 10, Lithuania 8, Portugal 7. France has an 11-point lead over Finland. No, actually now only an 8-point lead over Lithuania. It's shrinking. Our spokesperson has disappeared, so it just magically Greece got 12 points without a spokesperson. Awkward. I know. So now, again, we're taking another pause.
The UK's already dropped to 6.
Oh, man, life's not fair. But there's always a televote, Sean. You can do it. You can do it.
Because we've done so well on the televote recently.
In the fake ones, I think you've done better.
Yeah. I want it
counts
to be
for
real.
some. Well, you can have it all, Sean. Gosh, you want to win the fake and the real one. Okay, now we're getting another card, so it looks like we're moving on to... Oh, no, they turned off the screen. What?
Oh.
Okay, they're going to turn it back on when it's time. Who will hand over the trophy since Duncan won't be... Oh, that's a good question. Who's going to hand over the... Someone here suggested Ilse de Lang. Well, she wasn't even invited. So I don't think it's going to be her either. Probably the host.
They've got like a robot with a TV screen that's like got an arm that holds the trophy.
I think it will be the host, one of the hosts. Right?
Are they gonna do it very awkwardly? With the winner in Norway was just on a little statue, I guess, so he couldn't grab it himself. But they could also do it with that spatula, that very long one, and be like, "Hey, there's your trophy, man!"
I think they're just gonna have it on a.
I loved it.
Yeah, they have like a podium or something where probably when they can just walk up and grab it, so that they're probably not even gonna hand it anyway, because there will be no touching anyway.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
It's okay. Now we're back in the arena, but that's about it. Should the UK consider sending Amy McDonald to represent them next year? I don't know who that is, Sean. What do you think? That Amy McDonald lady?
She's a Scottish singer-songwriter. She was...
Okay, that's the end already of that story.
Another one. Yeah, another one is she was famous a while ago, and she still is, but she's... I don't know, she's just kind of doing her own thing. I don't think she'd be my first choice. I mean, if she wanted to do it and no one else did, then yeah, I'd be happy, but I think we could do a lot better, personally. I think there's a lot better options out there.
I don't know her.
It's all the music's all just very samey for me. So it's not my personal preference.
Okay.
Samey.
Okay, so we had the suspense music is continuing. That means we're gonna get something suspenseful, aka the results. So we see Chantal and Jan, who were in charge of presenting the results. Now we have all 39 countries, and Lithuania is first with 183, Finland 177, France third 174, Spain 155, and UK back in the top 5 with 143. Yes. Russia is last with 9 points, Ukraine 20, San Marino 23, and Portugal 26. So that's what it looks like right now. But now they're going to add the televotes, the fake televotes.
Wow, Russia on 9.
Yep. Which, I mean, it's the juries. I wouldn't be too shocked, to be honest.
Can I just say France, Spain, UK, and Italy, like 4 of the big 5 in the top 6 is like crazy. I know it's fake. I know it's fake.
Enjoyed anyway.
Yeah. That big 5 power.
So now there's just a lot of blah, 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 blah. Was all this how it works, blah, blah, blah. Oh, there's another interview. I'm lying. They're talking to Lithuania right now. The Roop, but it's a lady with a scarf and another guy who's really bored. So that's not really them, I think, unless they're really aged. What do you think about
I'm guessing
Portugal?
they'll go to Martin Ostertag as well.
Yeah, they're going to Finland now. What do you think about Portugal's position in the odds? Exaggerated? What do you guys think? They're currently in 8th, 2% chance.
Exaggerated.
Yeah.
I think a 2% chance does not mean that they're likely to win, obviously. So I think the odds are only sort of relevant when it comes to like, is it like maybe like above a 15% chance?
Well, they're only 2. They're only 2. That would mean only Italy and France are technically contenders.
Yeah. I think it could be one of them years where like the odds don't know what they're doing, basically.
When was the last time, like, complete, like, on the evening of the show, though, where the odds were completely off? I don't remember. Not that I've been doing it.
Probably Azerbaijan.
Oh, they were actually high. But I don't know how high. I don't remember. I could look it up. Eurovision 2011 betting odds.
I do know that Aina Munpita was in the top 5 odds before rehearsals came in.
Because I remember France was high and Estonia was high. So I don't remember. Those two come to mind. UK was high too, remember? In 2011. Oh, here we go. France was number 1, UK number 2. The 3 I picked. Estonia 3 and Azerbaijan was 4. So I guess you can count a little bit.
Top 3 like flopped hard.
Yeah, for sure. Azerbaijan was 4th.
Where was Italy?
Oh God, I already clicked out of it. Let me go back. Italy was. Gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 13. Sorry, 13.
13. Wow.
So here we go now to the televote. So Ukraine has received 133 points from the televote. They're now in 5th place. They got a big boost from the televoters. What?
I could see that happening. Maybe not as extreme.
Not extreme, yeah. San Marino got 134 points. They're now in 4th place. San Marino did not win the fake votes. Russia is going to be last, by the way, in the tonight's show. Portugal gets 65 points, total of 91. They're going to be on the right side of the scoreboard, just FYI.
So the countries go grey once they've received their points, the televote point.
Albania got 81 points, so they have 112. Switzerland currently at 31 gets... They received also 134 points. Still not enough. They're in 4th place overall, but they passed San Marino. Germany next with 35 points. The televote, I'm sorry, Germany, 0 points. No, 27 at least. Still not good. So there's a good chance they'll be second to last, but maybe not. Serbia with 41 points. Currently is now moving up to 93 points. They got 133. It's super duper close.
There's a different jingle if you get a lot of points.
Yeah.
I can't hear it, so thank you for sharing that. That's good to know. I wonder what it is. What
It was
what
like there's like music.
Moldova got 177 points from the televote. They're currently in first place. Moldova, I told you that's going to be the fake winner. Now, they're not going to win it all, probably, unless the other ones suck. Iceland at 51 right now. They are receiving 58 points. So they didn't do too well. So
Just when it goes to like the green room, it shows you what number country it is. So like the 9th of 26 is like the 9th country to receive the televote points.
Yeah, it says Belgium 11th of 26 countries to receive points, and they didn't do too well. So Bulgaria needs to get 1 point, 2 points or more to beat Germany. They got 88 points. Yeah, so Germany's second to last in the fake voting. So Russia's last, then Germany.
The Belgian guy was really disappointed.
Cyprus gets 224 points. They are now in the lead. Wow, 224 points. Cyprus may win the fake vote. It's still possible. And it's Sweden. 134 points for Sweden. Not enough, of course, to win, but they're in third place, of course. Is it going to be El Diablo? Azerbaijan is next. 160 points, but not enough to catch up to Cyprus just yet. I'm not just yet, I mean, there's no other trends, no more time. So we got 11 countries left. So Greece is in 11th place right now with the juries, and they receive 15 points. Ouchie ouchie. So that would I think translate to second to last in the televote, which disclaimer, it's not going to happen. So right now, still Cyprus in first place with 1,091 points. We are now reaching the top 10 of the jury vote. Netherlands actually is 10th in the jury vote. So Roy, no need to get nervous. But the Netherlands, currently at 117 points, receives the Netherlands. Tell us. They have received 24 points. So that will not be enough for a...
I like how gracious the Greek lady was that they got 15 points. Like,
yes.
thank you.
So Israel in 9th place with the jury vote, now receiving 10 points. It's getting even worse. Germany didn't do that bad after all. Malta is in 8th place right now. They didn't show their faces, which is nice, I guess. Malta received... Oh, they do show their faces, never mind. 24 points. Oh, they're really messing with the scoreboard right now. They all get the low points. In 7th place is Norway. Norway receives 159 points. They're in the lead now, ahead of Cyprus. So Norway is the new leader. 301 points. Is Fallen Angel going to win it all? Are they going to win it? We got 6 countries left. Next up, Italy with 142 points. Italy receives 21 points. That did not work out for Måneskin in this fake voting. United Kingdom, you're ready, Sean. 143 points as of right now.
I'm ready.
The public gives you to receive 15 points.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Even in the fake voting, come on. So Norway's still in the lead, but Spain could win it now. They have 155 points. And that one, Blas Cantor from the public receives 175 points. Oh my God, Spain is in the lead now with 330 points. Spain currently winning the fake voting.
Left-hand side for UK though. That's good.
No, but
You
you're not.
won't stay
Yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, you're gonna stay on there. You're right. So
No.
France, yeah, they will. There's because all the other three that
Oh,
are left
right,
already
yeah.
ahead. Yeah. So France is the next with 174 points. Can they win the first fake voting of the evening? Now they show a split screen of all the three remaining countries as well as the current leader, Spain. Which means one of those four will win it all.
Spanish Eurovision fans going ballistic right now. Spain, Lithuania, Finland, or France as a potential 4 winners is incredible as well. Like, imagine it comes down to them 4.
That would be quite interesting.
Like, one who's never won, 2 who haven't won it in years, and then Finland as well.
That would be quite interesting, but who knows? Are we going to Madrid or Barcelona, whatever? So,
Going to
Finland.
Las Palmas.
This is where they slow down so much now. The results. France
I think
received.
2022.
France receives 99 points, but that's not enough. They're actually currently in 4th place. France underperformed in the televote. That is so disappointing. But Finland, can Finland pass Spain? Oh my God, my friends. The tension, can you feel it in the room? Oh, I spilled. So I feel the wetness now. Now we just split screen with the 3 remaining countries because France is out. But now we're moving on to Finland. I love how the ladies in the room, they're actually kind of playing along. They're like holding the flag. Yeah. Love it. Finland receives oh my God. Me being excited. They get 34 points. So Finland really messed up the public vote. So Finland not winning. That means Spain at a bare minimum will be the runner-up. But are we going to fake going to Spain or Lithuania? Who should win? Tell me, chat room. Tell me. Our fake trip. What do you guys want? Who should win? Roy, tell me now. Spain or Lithuania?
Spain.
Spain. Sean, who should win?
Well, Spain's sunnier this time of year, so yeah.
Yeah. I'll go with Spain as well. Let's go Spain. So Lithuania, 0 points for you. No. Spain. Everyone say Spain.
España.
España. So we're getting
the S.
Pain.
148 points needed for Lithuania.
Lithuania receives 132 points. It's not enough. It's not enough for Lithuania to pass Spain. Blas Canto has won the fake Eurovision Song Contest 2021 first dress rehearsal. Congratulations, Spain. Roy, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I'm over the moon. I love it so much. Like, it's so deserved. Wow.
Literal
What a
moon,
nail biter of a show. It is amazing. I'm so happy that we're going to Spain. It will be so nice and hot, and we can, yes, let's go.
Let's go. So, Sean, Madrid, Barcelona, where should we go? Sean?
I'd like it to be Barcelona. But probably Madrid. Either way, we're in for a wonderful show in Spain next year.
So the room's already screaming, Lithuania was robbed. Yes, they were.
So Spain, Lithuania, Norway, Cyprus, and France.
Russia in last. Wow.
Yep. Interesting, huh? Once again, these are fake results. I think most of you know that by now. This is just for fun. And the cool thing is, we're probably going to do it again tonight. So,
Yeah.
so, I know, right? I want Eurovision on Mallorca, actually. That's my new wish.
I want it on the Canary Islands.
That would work as well. So it only took them 52 years to fake win. So, so now we see them going on stage. It's not really Spain, but fake buying tickets to Madrid. That is true. I already fake booked my room. So seriously though, so this was the first dress rehearsal. Now this took 3.5 hours.
I love how the Lithuanian woman looks really pissed off that she's lost as well. Like she's really like into this.
Yeah.
She sat there just like, I can't believe I've just lost that.
Guys, you do know this was a 3.5 hour show, right?
Yeah, but we didn't see the full voting, did we?
Oh yeah, that's right. But we had all the other pauses in between, you know. So it may be a little longer, but they're very much.
It doesn't drag on like Tel Aviv does, which is good.
Yes. So that is definitely. Let's do a couple more questions because then we got to eat as well. At ESC United in the chat, where did the UK come in? They came in 13th. I only remember because we're the last on the left side of the scoreboard, right? Yeah. So 13th place.
Just about held on to left side.
Sean, that's like something you would be like stoked, right, to get?
So the trophy's on the platform. No one hands it to them.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Was there some kind of podium, platform, whatever? Yeah.
No, there's no one handing the trophy out to anyone.
Did Madonna perform? She only will perform in the finals. She doesn't want anyone, the press, only her own people rehearse.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like
actually.
I also like this thing always ruined Madonna music from the rest of my life. It seems like it for me. I still love her music, but yeah, it was really awkward. Where did Bulgaria come? I don't even know where. Probably right side of the scoreboard, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't really pop up anyway. Yeah. I heard James Newman broke his trumpets in anger at his result. He actually put them on fire right after that. Yeah.
Yeah. He lit up the room.
Okay. Well, now we have to. Someone's asking who will win the next fake voting this evening. Roy, tell me who will win it tonight.
I said Belgium before, so I'm gonna stick with my guts and go for Belgium. They deserve a win. Like, yes. Belgium.
All right. Sean, who will fake win tonight?
I'm gonna go with Portugal.
You're going to go with Portugal. I am going to go with Albania because they never won out of the second position. So go Albania. Break the fake curse in this case. So that was it. Let's see here. I think that's all the questions we've had. Where did Iceland or Switzerland come? I don't remember. Did anyone remember Iceland? Iceland was at the bottom almost, like third or fourth last, I think.
Yeah, Iceland flopped with the televote.
Yeah.
So it's like 100-ish points overall.
Switzerland, do you remember at all?
No.
Yeah, me. I should have taken a picture, but I'm not allowed. So.
I didn't pay that much attention to it.
That was your job, right? That's your only. You have one. You had one job. One job.
Well, if none, like if it doesn't matter, it's so boring to just watch like numbers pop up.
I apologize on behalf of ES United for that comment. It was sacrilegious and highly inappropriate. The team of ES United does not speak. He does not speak on behalf of our outlet. We love the fake results, and they are just as important, or at least almost as important. Thank you very much.
I was that angry. I threw my phone.
Yes. I'm sorry, guys. I would like to formally apologize for those comments. I don't know what went inside of my head. Like, sometimes I just make stupid comments that I don't even stand behind. So, like, I'm so sorry for that.
Yeah. I withdraw my Georgian support, Roy. There you have it.
No!
And I'm glad, at least, you know, Roy, you didn't do the "I'm sorry if my words offended you" apology. You know, if you...
I should have done
I'm
that,
sorry
actually.
that you're offended.
I'm sorry if you're offended by truth.
I'm sorry that was your interpretation of my words. What I actually meant was that I would like to see Malta win or something.
Yeah. So we're going to take a break before we will be live a little bit before the jury show, and I have very, very, very sad news. Roy won't be with us tonight because he just said fake voting is not important, so I can no longer really have. He has stuff to do.
Yeah.
So
My
but
handball trainer is saying goodbye, so I kind of have to be there because if I wasn't there, it would be a dick move.
boo. But Sean will be here and Gabe will be here, and we will not talk Georgia. So I'll see you all at that point, okay?
It's a Georgia free zone later.
Yes.
What happened?
What happened? What happened?
So one of our friends came over and was just tapping Boris on the shoulder, but he didn't expect it. So did you hear him?
Yes.
I heard something.
Yeah, he screamed. So
like,
for the entire press room. So we're like, oh God. So anyway, this is how we end a live stream, on a high note, kind of literally at this point, right? So we'll be back soon tonight. So until then, my friends, bye.
Bye.